Okay guys, I guess you are able to hear me. Okay, so this is it. This is day 2. We resume from where we stopped yesterday. Day 2 of the Clutch Chess Championship. We have the world's topmost players out there. The 4 of the world's top. The world number 1, world number 2, the US champ, who's basically world number 3. And then we have the world champion. And interestingly, the world champion is the one leading the whole event right now. So let me, okay. I think I need to get my camera on, and here we go. I hope you guys are doing good and having a great day. And let's make this a better day with some chess happening. It's gonna start in a few minutes. It's back to Gukesh versus Magnus. Oh, my bad. The music is super high. Okay, that should be fine. Okay guys, so do let me know if you guys can hear me, and if you guys find anything missing, or if you guys wanna let me know anything, please let me know that before the game starts. And this is round number 7. So there's basically 6 rounds every day. We had 6 rounds, what do you say, yesterday, and we have 6 rounds today, and we have 6 rounds tomorrow, and it's like a 3-day event, 18 rounds, and it's super exciting, because day 2, how does this work is that every win you score, you get 2 points. So day 1, every win was 1 point. So day 2 is every win is going to be 2 points, and day 3, every win is going to be 3 points. And on top of that, for every win, you get $1,000 on day 1. On day 2, it's $2,000, and on day 3, it's $3,000 for every win. That's a lot of money there, chat. Trust me, that's a lot of money that these guys are taking home. So that's gonna be something fun, and I thought, anyways, I'm watching this, why don't we do this together? So do let me, again guys, do let me know if you have anything that you would like to ask me, or in between the games. I'll try to explain what's happening to the best of my knowledge, but in case if something goes wrong, just let me know. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys are all having a great day. I know it's a weekday going on, and a lot of you might be like, oh, damn it, I have a lot of work happening around me. So relax, sit back, have some fun, watch some chess. Chess can be relaxing. Yeah. So anyways, guys, the games are going to start in any time right now. It's supposed to be starting right now. We are on time. In any minute, you will see the first game, that is between Magnus and Gukesh, the world number 1 and the world champion. So Gukesh basically had only 1 loss yesterday, and that was also against Magnus Carlsen. But he then went on to beat Hikaru, he went on to beat Fabiano, and Magnus went on to lose to Hikaru. So basically that's how Magnus is at 3.5 points at the moment out of 6. Gukesh is at 4. He's leading the tournament. He's the sole leader of the event at the moment. But it's not over, right? You can even see Fabiano making a good comeback today. He had struggled yesterday in day 1. He's at 1.5 points, but I'm pretty sure Fabiano is somebody you can never count out. He's one of the best out there, and I'm pretty sure he will show that today. Yep. A lot of King's Indian actually yesterday, which was fun. It was nice to watch some of the King's Indian games, especially from Fabiano himself, but he just couldn't convert it. You might be thinking, oh, that's why he's not in front. Yeah. it's not the case. He did a great job yesterday, but just couldn't convert those advantages he gained in his game against Magnus. He had gained a good advantage against Gukesh, but he just couldn't convert. So he'll be facing Hikaru at the moment. So if you guys see here, you can see that Fabiano is playing Hikaru and Magnus is playing Gukesh. The rounds are about to start, and if you guys also want to see the standings at the moment, which I'm not able to find here, which I will, right? There you go. I think I did. So you guys can see the standings, I guess, here, which actually shows, oops, my bad. That's the game. So okay, that's the standings that you see at the moment. Gukesh leading with 4, Magnus on 3.5, Hikaru on 3. He could make an easy comeback today, and also Fabiano, as I said, not a great day 1, but day 2 and day 3 could go really well for him too. So that's where we are. So I hope you guys are hearing, right? All good? The audio is good? So if so, do let me know, guys. Otherwise, I would be just talking for hours until I realize that, okay, nobody was able to hear me. And that would be really sad, right? Anyways, guys, we are off to round 6. And the games have started, I guess. Yep, there you go. Magnus Carlsen starting with... so what do I do is I just remove this, yeah? So Magnus Carlsen starting with knight f3. It's the Reti, which could also go into a Catalan, or it could go into a King's Indian attack. It could go into a English. So there's a lot of different conversions that this opening can go into. And Gukesh goes immediately with bishop g4 here. That's a good way to get it out. And I think he will soon be like either planning for e6 or knight d7, e5, knight f3, and the pieces will just easily develop. Magnus goes for c4. The English opening. This is what's called English. You go c4, he takes it. I think Gukesh would just take it back, maybe. There is an interesting move for white here, guys, which was knight e5. That's why Gukesh took the knight. Magnus takes it back. He takes it. White literally, the advantage he thinks he has here is the long-term advantage would be the double bishops that he has, which is on f3 and c1. They could play a good role in the game. And yeah. But until it's too early to call that, right? So Gukesh just developing his pieces. I'm pretty sure he would be prepared for today. Knight c3 coming in, bishop e7, all blitzed out, guys. Like all the opening moves are being blitzed out here. E3 being played. Okay, this bishop's not gonna be a very happy guy, but yeah, Magnus will make it happy. Don't worry. So black castles, bishop goes to d2. This bishop would love to see daylight at some day or the other, because he's like, what am I even doing inside the pawn chain? But of course, Magnus would find ways on this side or some way or the other. So rook c8 by Gukesh. He's looking all fine here, just improving his pieces, developing all the pieces into the game. Sub, frankly, Venki. I'm pretty sure you can hear me, right? So I hope that's all good, because I've been going on for some time, like the last 5 minutes, and everybody seems to be focused on the game. So queen e2 played by Magnus. Very common ideas. Maybe rook f c1 is gonna happen. a3, b4 could be a plan. Magnus would maybe try to expand on this side. Gukesh goes knight e8. Not something that I've seen so much of times, but very easy to understand what he's trying. Gukesh, he's gonna go knight d6 followed by knight c4. That knight's gonna go into a better side of the board. You see, it's trying to neutralize the play that Magnus is trying to play on this side. Yeah, Magnus did go here. Bishop e1 is a very usual plan, to just retreat the bishop to e1. All usual stuff at the moment. Both players are trying to gain that position where they can keep grinding on. Oops, no music. Okay, music's coming. Yeah, the sub counter. Yeah, finally I managed to get back all my technical abilities and find it back. It's just that I've been used the OBS for a long time that I just completely forgot what to do. Like, yeah. But anyways, thanks, man. Like, thanks for seeing that. And all you guys who are new to the stream, if you do like it at some point, if you like what we are seeing, if you like what we are doing, this is a live event happening at St. Louis Chess Club in the US. And it's the world's top 4 players. This is happening live at the moment. It's Magnus, Gukesh, Fabiano, and Hikaru fighting it out. So Magnus shuffling around with his pieces here. He goes back queen d1. Maybe the plan is to shift it to a4. That could be maybe a better place. b3 maybe. But b3 would walk into knight a5. So I don't think Magnus is thinking about that. I'm not sure. Let's see. He's definitely going to show us what he's thinking. While Gukesh is just going to activate his final rook. It could be rook here. Or maybe he might also think about something like rook c8 and doubling the rook, because white doesn't have an immediate knight b5, guys, because this knight's taking care of that. So this rook is kind of okay here. So I think that's what Gukesh might be thinking. He might not go for something like a6, not needed, because b6 square becomes pretty weak after that. I really don't believe he's not going to try that. I think he's just going to bring his next piece into the game, or maybe the knight, improve the knight to c4. A lot of options for white, Gukesh. He's down to 8 minutes, 35 seconds, which is fine. I feel like I think he will easily make a shift out of the time, because he's like Gukesh has had a great day 1. So I'm pretty sure he's coming with all those confidence, and that confidence shows in this move. Maybe he goes f5. So he's like, okay, I don't want to hold back and play a so slow game of chess with Magnus. That's not the game I'm looking for, because Magnus is not the guy you want to play that game with, because he's just gonna grind and make you feel like it's like the book that the Tigran Petrosian book, which says the Python Python what was it, the Python bind, yeah. So you don't want that to happen, right? So Gukesh is like, no, I'm not gonna sit back and watch what's Magnus gonna do. I'm gonna push all the way here. I'm gonna go f5. Maybe I'm gonna slam my knight to e4. Magnus shifts this bishop to e2, which is quite interesting. These squares, if this bishop is out of this game, that's not gonna be really nice for white because of all the weakness around the king here. So Magnus would really want that bishop to stay there. Magnus had the best field day yesterday, used so much luck, yeah. Magnus kind of had a good day. Like, I think he was not happy with the loss to Hikaru, though. It was a nice game. It looked like a very French kind of structure, even though it started with the Jobawa London. And Hikaru did play a very cool game to take Magnus down in that. So after that, they made a quick draw because I'm pretty sure Magnus did not want to take it forward from there. So anyways, guys, this is where we are. Magnus still very much high on time. He's at 9 minutes. Gukesh slamming in with his knight to e4. To be very honest, guys, from a practical point of view, it's really annoying to see this knight sitting on e4. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's the thing, right? But it's all about controlling your emotions and letting the knight stay here. You should not be taking it immediately, because they could take with the f pawn and open this rook file. So that's, I really understand when you're playing a game of chess, a lot of you might have felt, oh, this knight in the center, I don't want it here, right? But try to hold on to it, try not to immediately kick it. Like, there are some options where you kick it away with f3, but of course you provide some concessions when you do that, right? And if you guys are new to the stream, do like the stream, you can share how we do it. Anyways, guys, I think, I don't know, we might hit 5.3k soon. I'm not hoping for something today, but maybe soon. So Magnus goes knight a4. I think his plan is just to go to c5 here, or maybe a3. This could also be a plan, to go b4 and then knight c5. But anyways, we are going to see his plans very quickly. I also feel that f3 could be a thing to kick this knight away. It's not so fun to have it sitting in the center of the board, looking at your position. So that's where we are. Magnus does go f3. There you go. He says, okay, time to kick your knight away. The knight could return back. Don't, like, maybe you guys would have seen in a lot of Blitz games and all, people sacrificing and stuff. Not happening. That's why this bishop's doing a good job on e1. It's taking care of that square on g3. So the knight goes back. No sacrifices, nothing. But what did black gain here? What did Gukesh gain here is that this f3 move, you see the slight weakness in the structure. That's the thing. But of course, Magnus wouldn't mind that too much. He would be planning to go a3, b4, knight c5, and he's trying to expand on this side, guys. Look at these bishops. They're looking at it. The rooks are fine. They're good at it. There goes the knight. So Magnus really looking to play on the queen side. Gukesh trying to make something happen on the king side. He's hitting the queen here. The trade would not be so great because it would weaken the dark square. So he goes queen e7 here, Gukesh. Things are looking fine for the world champion. And the leader of the tournament is doing great, isn't he? So queen to e7 looks good for the current leader of the tournament. Gukesh would love to hold a few games against Magnus. He would like to even get a win against Magnus. And as I said, guys, the cherry on top is that for every win you win, for every win you get in these games, you are going to get $2,000 for every win. So these guys are like minting some money today, right? That's how chess should work. Every win you're going home with $2,000. That's nice. That's a lot of money. So anyways, guys, knight back to d3. The knight's looking at the f4 square, controlling, putting some control on the what do you say, e5 square. And Gukesh goes with the move rook c7. Magnus immediately hitting with b4. He's like, this rook is a bit loose here, guys, because don't think that you can take the pawn. You can take, bishop takes, next bishop takes, queen takes, but unfortunately the rook is hanging all the way. So that whole variation doesn't work there. And that's where we are at the moment. And Magnus goes immediately. Look at that speed of Magnus. Gukesh brings his next rook. He's like, okay, I'm going to double up here. What are you going to do now? Lot of options here. He could support the b pawn with a3 or rook b1 is a possibility, improving this a1 rook. And Magnus will make sure no errors are made at the moment. He goes b5. He's like, oh, I don't like this knight here. It's time to kick it away. Also giving a square for the bishop to kind of provoke a weakness with b6. And maybe he will retreat back after that. So the knight goes back to d8. Looks good for the world champion. Some trades happening. Is he going to go rook c1? Is Magnus trying to keep this a bit safe here? Maybe he doesn't want to take that like unwanted risk in game 1. But I'm pretty sure with the white pieces, he wouldn't be super happy with the draw. He would really want to push today. He would really want to push Gukesh to the limits. And let's see how Gukesh will hold this together against the best in the business. So a4 by Magnus. So as we said earlier also, guys, he's trying to expand on this side of the board. His pieces are well placed to support that. The queen would come to b3 maybe at some point. That's what I feel. This, of course, Gukesh can be happy with the fact that he has an open file here. And he would also be looking for the fact to close the position because he has 2 knights. So it would be nice to have a closed position rather than a bit of a messed up open position. We don't want that. Yeah. And all you guys who are new here, do let me know if you have any questions. Like, it's what is this tournament, right? So this is happening at St. Louis in the US, guys. Like, this is called the Clutch Chess. It's a 3-day event. This is day 2. Day 1 has been done. Gukesh is leading the event. So white goes a5. Magnus is trying to, like, I think he's gonna go a6 also, guys. Like, he's gonna play a6, make this pawn here. This is gonna be a good asset for him. Maybe someday, that like you could see sacrifices on b6 in the end games, like this promotion ideas. A7 is a weakness that if you can get a piece to c6, you could keep an eye on that. I would love this knight someday to be there. But yeah, lot of chances, lot of ideas. Let's see how Gukesh deals with this at the moment. I think the time is also going to play a very important role, guys. Like, Gukesh is down to 5 minutes, and that's also going to be something Magnus will really count upon, because he would want to push Gukesh into time trouble, which he did yesterday too. Yesterday, game 1, Magnus had taken down Gukesh. So he knows that if the time goes low, his chances are going better and better. Magnus is really looking forward to a time pressure scenario for Gukesh, where he can force the error from the world champion. But let's see if that is going to happen today, or will Gukesh be able to hold himself together, because yesterday against Fabiano also Gukesh was low on time, but he was able to make it together. He was able to pull things together, and here we go. He's like, okay, Magnus, you're going to push here. What about your king? I'm going to push here. I'm just going to take down your king, because in chess that seems to be the most important thing, to checkmate the king. Right? And Gukesh is like, okay, push on the queen side. There you go. Magnus is like, okay, so show me how you're going to take me down. So Gukesh will definitely play b6 here. I don't think taking is a great option. You activate this rook. That is not something he would want. I think b6 would be a quick decision here for Gukesh. Or would he keep it like that? I still don't feel he would, because he would really not want this rook to get activated in any possible way. So that is something that they would be looking at, guys. So Gukesh is burning a bit of time, which is definitely what the world #1 Magnus also wants. So he's down to 4 minutes. Magnus still at 6 minutes 30 seconds. That looks pretty strong, or pretty good for the world #1. So what do you guys think? Is Gukesh going to hold this together? Will he be able to take down Magnus, or will he be able to take down Magnus's king, or would he crumble under time pressure? It's a very exciting game 1 to start day 2, and I think day 3 will also be starting with the same pairings. So it's a very good start, guys. Like a6 by Magnus, and it's really put Gukesh to think. I think he's really thinking whether he should play b6. He did go b6. Looks good. He doesn't want to let Magnus activate this rook. Magnus, okay, understands that that rook is not doing anything here. He'll be like, let's trade. And Gukesh goes for a central break here. And the chess.com computers don't like it. They're like, no, you shouldn't do that. But the reason is not that easy, guys. The reason is that, guys, the position is opening up right now, and Magnus is the one with the double bishops. So the double bishops love the position to open up, because that would be much better for the bishops to move around the chessboard, while the knights would have loved it to be closed. So maybe that is the reason why this is not a very favorable game, or very favorable move to play, according to the best of my knowledge. So maybe Gukesh will prove all of us wrong, or maybe Magnus will prove us correct. So one of the two is gonna happen today. In the meantime, if you guys like the stream, if you are finding this interesting, you can like it, you can share it if you want any friends to watch it, or you can subscribe so that you don't miss it. Magnus goes for the trade immediately. He's like, I'm seeing things better. Queen takes. And will Magnus open the position up? I think he would. With all the understanding in the world that Magnus Carlsen possesses of these kind of positions, it is very likely that he is going to open up the position with something like pawn takes e5. Gukesh will be forced to take it. Some trades would happen, and exactly. And now he would maybe go for a knight trade, bishop trade, and you can see that the position has gradually opened up. That favors white here. Again, the reason is because of having the double Bs. So the bishops are very good at open position, guys. The bishops are like, okay, now it's time for us to come into the game, right? It's time for the entry of the bishops. So Magnus, I think, is thinking whether the trade is needed, or something like knight b4 would be interesting to hit d5. And if they take, the bishop takes. This could be what he's thinking. But he says, nah, I'm just going to trade. Gukesh takes it back. Okay, so be careful. You don't want to get sacked over here. The bishop is there to take care of it. Magnus improves the position. I think he's also going to trade the queens, chat. I think that's what Magnus is going to do, chat. I think he's going to go for queen c2. Go into a double bishop endgame. I've seen one of his games where he has grinded out Wesley Saw in such a position. I think Wesley would still remember that game till the end of the day. So you don't want to go into these kind of stuff with Magnus. He's the guy you don't want to play these endgames with. But again, Gukesh, full of energy, full of confidence, coming from day one, leading the tournament. If somebody can hold this, it could be Gukesh today. So let's see if he can hold the world champ. My bad. If he can hold the world number one to an equal position today. Or would Magnus start off the day 2 again with a win over Gukesh? Because that's exactly how he started day 1. And that's not going to be super exciting for the world champion. So Gukesh down to 2 minutes, chat. Down to 3 minutes. Okay, he's like, okay, things have not looking good, so I'm going to open up more. And it's not looking good, guys. The more he's opening up, the more the double bishops are gaining the power, right? It's like your pieces are just gaining power by what Gukesh is doing. And Magnus would be super happy. And trust me, guys, this a7 pawn could be playing a big role at the end of this game. You might think like, what is the big deal? They're just closed, right? No. I think at the very end of this game, maybe a sack on b6, maybe this a7 pawn turning weak, something. I have this bad feeling that it could go wrong. But anyways, Gukesh is still fighting it out. His king is a bit exposed here with all the pawns flying off from in front of him. So king comes to g7. He's like, okay, now the king is coming in. So Magnus is going to slowly maybe... I like bishop f2 here because you're looking at these pawns on b6 and a7. So as I said, guys, maybe at the very end, after the queens are traded, maybe boom, like the bishop takes... Sorry for the sound effects, but yeah. Bishop takes b6, you sack it, take it, a7. That's always a threat in the air. So that's something they have to look out for, or something you just can't skip. So this looks interesting. This looks nice. I really feel this is a typical Magnus Carlsen position and not something Gukesh would have loved to walk into. So he's down to 2 minutes. So at least the good thing for Gukesh is that the time difference have closed in. He has 2 minutes on the clock while Magnus is still at 4. But yet it's not a huge difference. So there is something to play for the world champion here. And in the meantime, chat, if you have any questions for me, like anything you want to ask me, do feel free to ask me. I would love to hear what you guys want to ask. If not, I know maybe you're like, okay, we don't have anything to ask. I just want to watch the game. Please go on. Please keep watching. Let's see what's going to happen. So queen comes to e2. Let's see what Gukesh does. Maybe the best thing Gukesh could try is to get rid of a trade of one of these bishop, guys. That could at least make it much more easier. Hey, man. How are you, Gauri? How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. So, yep, I think Gukesh, as I said, guys, the best thing for him would be to get a trade of one of the minor pieces and take away the double bishops Magnus has. They play a big role in these kind of positions. I really feel that bishops are the difference. It's gonna be the point of difference in this game. So, Queen e2 by Magnus. Gukesh is really burning some time. He's like, unfortunately, I can't find a move here. That's not a thing. I think maybe bishop d4, because I clearly feel bishop f2 is a very nice move for white because of all these sacrifices that can happen on g3. Still working once I log out, I would be no worries, man. Just keep doing. It's great to see that you guys are still watching it. That itself is something cool. So here we are, guys. Bishop f2 could be a very straightforward idea here. Okay, Gukesh, I think he sees it. He really doesn't want this bishop to be on this diagonal, which is really annoying. But maybe Magnus can go to the other diagonal right now. Bishop to d2 and target the f pawn, forcing Gukesh to take it. He would take with the pawn, and this king doesn't look so nice, guys. Trust me, this is not a safe king. With the two bishops looking down here, the queen ready to come in anytime with e6. This ain't the best thing. How was my day? Oh, my day was good, man. Hey, N5F, how are you, man? I hope you guys are doing it. My predictions, I don't know. I have this feeling Magnus might slowly catch up today. He's just half a point behind. But Gukesh, if he can save this game today, trust me, he will be playing a good game. I really feel Gukesh might actually keep his lead if he can save this game today. But if he can't save this game, I don't know, chat. It's not easy. You know, it's not gonna be easy, because that's not a great start to the day, right? With a loss, and that too against Magnus. Because day 2, how things are gonna work is that for every win you get 2 points. It's not 1 point. You get 2 points for every win. So that's something interesting, right? Day 1, for every win it was 1 point. Today a win gets 2 points, and tomorrow, yeah, exactly, man, exactly. Hey, what's up, 07? Tushar 07. Sorry. I like to read it with the interesting things at the end. Okay, queen e6. There you go. Magnus is getting in with his queen, and this is not looking so nice for Gukesh, because this queen looks very strong on e6. The bishop is about to join in. This bishop has already joined in, and I'm not very sure how Gukesh would be thinking to save this. The position looks very tough, and something that's even a bit more harder, chat, is best to begin the day playing Magnus and get things rolling. Draw to get 1 point, so anyone can catch up. It's open till tomorrow. Yeah, that's true. Zain, if I'm correct. Hey Zain, how are you doing? And I think one of the big enemies for Gukesh at the moment is gonna be his time. He's down to 20 seconds, and this is exactly what Magnus did to him yesterday. Whenever Gukesh was low on time, Magnus converted. That's a very interesting plan here, guys. Magnus could actually go queen c6, offering the trade. If Gukesh takes it, he would take back, and this pass pawn is like super dangerous at the moment. If he doesn't take back, Magnus could even go queen b7 and kind of force the trade at some point or the other. So, and I think if somebody is gonna do that conversion of this middle game, or taking this game to an end game, like you're gonna see the best in the business do it right now. I have a channel where I teach chess for starters. That's great. That's great. You should keep doing that. Let people learn, right? I feel everybody in the world should learn chess a bit. Not completely, but it's very nice to know it. But yeah. Okay, bishop f5 by Magnus. The computers don't like it. Maybe the computers don't. Okay, but wait a second. But I don't think he's gonna take it, right? Is it a bit too risky, guys? Yeah, Gukesh just went for it. I thought this pawn was a bit hanging there, but he didn't take it. He trades straight. But trust me, guys, like this might look like super equal here. But I think Magnus can just take it even and go bishop f2. Okay, he goes the other way. The plan is bishop here, here, here. As I said, guys, this a7 pawn can be really annoying. This bishop goes here, and this is what Magnus might think. Okay, prophylaxis by Magnus. He just wants to stop d3. He's really good at doing this. No counterplay for Gukesh. Knight goes back here. I think Magnus would be happy to go bishop d6 at the moment. Planning to go here. Gukesh, that's what he's trying to stop. Yep. But I don't know how much is he going to be able to do that. Takes. The king might go to f1 and join here. King f1 seems to be a decent idea for me, to go to d3. Just to stop the d4 pawn. Okay, Magnus finds another way. He's like, why should I go that way? Why can't I go this way? Possible. Possible to do that. So here we are. h5, king f3. There we go. Bishop d2, chat. He goes bishop d2. Let's see what happens now. Maybe the king to e4, right? King first in the endgame. Super smooth stuff to do. Get your king rolling. Make sure your king is walking up the board. I think Magnus, I really feel the double bishops are just too strong here. The position is too open and the bishops are just too many targets, right? a7 is a target. This h5 pawn is isolated. That could be a target. d4 could literally be a target. Magnus has like everything in the world to play and all the time in the world to play that. Magnus is down to 1 minute 30 seconds. Gukesh playing on 15 seconds left. It's not easy to play against Magnus like this. But I hope Gukesh does make something out of it. But can he get something out of this? Yeah. It's very hard. It's very hard for Gukesh. 15 seconds is not easy to play, and that too against such strong bishops that's playing here. So Gukesh is doing his best. He goes here, I think. But okay, now Magnus has got this. He's attacking the knight. He goes bishop here. He might at some point take it, guys, and then even bishop b6 takes it, and the pawn is going forward. So this looks very comfortable for Magnus at the moment. Tough game for Gukesh. He stopped that. He did stop this idea, but now the king is free. Like, what all things can somebody stop? Like Gukesh, he can't stop this and this and this and everything together. You can't, right? Magnus is just teaching Gukesh what's the principle of two weaknesses. And he's really given him a good lesson. Like, this is not just two weaknesses, this is too many weaknesses. a7, oh, there goes f5, and there comes the next problem. That pass pawn that Magnus possesses. I think he's gonna go king to e4 here. And things ain't looking that great for the world champion today. One more loss to Magnus would not be really exciting for Gukesh. And with this win, Magnus will also take over. Yeah, there you go. Gukesh has just resigned. And Magnus Carlsen takes over the lead with 2 points after this win. And that's the world #1 player for you. That's Magnus Carlsen. And unfortunate start for Gukesh again. So, but let's see about the Hikaru Fabiano game. And Fabiano actually makes a comeback, chat. I love to see that. I love to see that. Fabiano making a comeback against Hikaru, scoring the 2 points. And he's literally gone to 3.5 points with one win there. Thank you for the subscription, man. Like, Manuel. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, Fabiano playing a very interesting Sicilian. Maybe the old Sicilian. Hikaru was playing a very calm looking line. And Fabiano said, today is all about business, right? Fabi meant business today. And d4, Hikaru playing the Hikaru style. I think Fabiano already got a great position out of the opening, didn't he? So takes, pieces walking off the board. Looked nice, actually. It did not look that bad for Hikaru until Fabiano played his usual class. He showed his class here. Bishop takes e2, 1 pawn falls. Wow, this guy, that's not the pawn you want to defend. And the queen had to become a blockader here. And rook c7 trades. The next rook comes to e8. And you can see what happened in this game. Fabiano just took over this. And Hikaru just literally resigned here. Whoa. And if you guys are thinking, why? There was a back rank checkmate. No, there's not. The queen would just go back and stop everything. So that's where we start, chat. Like, what a great start for Fabi, actually. He's now at 3.5 points, if you ask me. Second round about to start. And it's actually started. The Fabi Hikaru game has already started here. Fabiano starting with c4 here today. Is c4, e5, something like a reverse Sicilian, but no, we are back into the English. Knight f3, bishop c5, queen e5. I think Fabiano means business today, guys. He's like, I'm just gonna show you why I am one of the best players in the world. I really love the way Fabi plays. He's a very class apart guy. So, but let's get back to the game of the day. That is Magnus Gukesh. Magnus has already taken over the lead, and let's see if he can hold on to this lead and take this game down. So they'll be playing a game against each other with different colors. So Magnus just had a win with the white pieces, and now they will be facing each other with the black pieces, which Gukesh will have to show what he can do about it. So I think it will start at any moment. I think the guys are just taking a break after their game. So after every 2 rounds, guys, there will be like a 5 to 10 minute break, after which the next set of 2 rounds will happen. So in total you have 6 games every day. Day 2 has 6, day 1 had 6, and day 3 will also have 6. So that's 18 games in total. And in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, do let me know. If you have any questions regarding the games and stuff, I would be super happy to let you know that. So I think we are about to start game 2, and I think in the meantime, let's for some time watch the Gukesh, the Hikaru, until these guys start their game. Let's see the Fabi Hikaru game. As I said, it started off with an English, 10 moves down. Fabi's queen looks a bit all over the board, and I think Hikaru would be thinking about, okay, like queen here, queen g5, knight f3, bishop g3, d5, bishop here, and he'll be thinking, how do I get this queen, right? Hikaru would already be in his streamer mode at the moment. But yeah, anyways, the knight would be planning to go to c5, d5 would be something, or d6 would be something he might think. Maybe he would also like to move the bishop, activate the rook here. That's the direct threat, right? Bishop b4 followed by bishop takes c3, and if you guys take it back, he has rook takes e2. So some one move threats are happy to it's nice to put them. The Gukesh Magnus games have still not started. I think the guys are still taking a small break. They will be up and running very soon. So we're still waiting for this game to start. What the time gap between rounds? I'm not very sure. It has to be 10 to 15 minutes of a break between the rounds. So after this round, like 2 rounds, they'll be playing 2 rounds continuously, and then they will take a break. This is just because the game just ended, so they might be like, okay, I just need a cup, like somebody give me a cup of water. So they don't want to play immediately, right? So they might be just stretching out and then getting ready for the next game. So that could be the thing that's happening right now. But pretty interesting games. So I am pretty sure that this is going to be fun. And Gukesh, he would love to fight back. And here we go. And as I said, fight back. He starts with 1 e4 today. Yesterday, Gukesh was playing all of his games with 1 d4. And now we could see him coming back to e4. And Magnus going for d6 in the Italian. That is interesting. Is he going to play f5, chat? Is this his plan? Is he planning something with f5? Or is he just be like, nah, I'm just playing a simple fielder. No f5, nothing. Yeah. Let's see what Magnus has up his sleeve here. But I think f5 could be a thing maybe he's thinking about. Okay, no, he's like, no, I'm not thinking about it. Let's trade this bishops off. Let's play some standard Italian game. And we'll see who comes up on the top. So Magnus going with bishop to e6 here, offering the trade of this Italian bishop. I think Gukesh would take it. I think he's just going to take, and then strike in the center with c3, b4, maybe rook e1, standard knight d2, knight f1, knight g3 ideas, bishop coming out. Things would look fine. But Gukesh is taking some time, and that's the only concern for Gukesh today. Like the time is the thing. Fildor, yeah? Hey RJD, how are you? Just in time. Yeah. We just had 1 game over. Magnus won game number 1. This is game number 2 that we are looking at between Magnus and Gukesh, which is literally round 8. Magnus goes with knight f6. So this f-file will always be an asset, guys. Like if you think, oh, but Magnus has a double pawn. First of all, the double pawns are in the center of the board. Second thing is that this f-file is opened up. So you develop your castle. This rook is going to be a nice piece to have. Yeah, no worries. I get it. But anyways, chat, that's where we are. So Gukesh trying to fight back. Magnus takes him down again in game number 1 today, which is not the way he might have wanted to start it. I think Gukesh is gonna go hit d4 immediately. That's how you have to hit the structure. You can't let this group of pawns stay there in the center and annoy you, right? So he might think of d4 with the plan of trading, and if Magnus takes with anything, now that pawns will start feeling a bit weaker. So if you guys are new here, if you like the stream, you can double tap on your screen. That means you have liked the stream. So coming back, guys, bishop e7 being played by black, and Gukesh goes for d4, which was quite understandable, like pretty understandable that you can hit in the center. One win is 2 points. Exactly. This is day 2. Day 2, every win is 2 points. Day 3, every win is 3 points. And as I said, the cherry on top is that every win is $2,000 today. Yesterday it was $1,000 for every win they get. Today it's $2,000, and tomorrow it's $3,000. So that's a lot of money taken home today. So castling by Magnus, as I said, this is one of the concession Magnus do get. Gukesh can really maybe dismantle Magnus's pawn structure right now with pawn takes e5. If the knight takes, pawn takes, this doubled isolator they're fine because they're in the center, but not that great, isn't it? And in the meantime, chat, I can see that we are at 5270. Are we gonna hit 5300? Not today, or maybe soon, maybe by the end of this event. That's 30 more subs. I hope we will hit it someday. No rush, no hurry. I already see 5,000 people as a huge number, so I'm fine. Anyways, Gukesh might be thinking of 2 ideas here, guys. One is d5. d5 is also an idea, right? You get this very interesting square because Magnus will be forced to take it. He can take it, but I don't know, like, would that be a better structure to play, or would it be better to take and play? You also have a double attack here if you guys think about it. Queen b3. You double attack both the pawns. You attack on b7, you attack on e6, which also does make sense. Of course, Magnus can defend it. You guys can think, how does black defend after queen b3? Take your time. You can think about it. There's only one move that can defend it, and Magnus would do that. Okay, Gukesh wants to go the other way. So queen b3, guys, the idea was queen c8. Okay. So Gukesh decides to trade, and he's like, okay, I like to play this position here. Again, queen b3 is an option. If he wants to keep it a bit more safer and play an endgame, he can trade. I think he should not actually hesitate to go to endgames also. If you are better, why hesitate? So Magnus is ready for a queen trade. Or maybe you can just sidestep here. Just improve your pieces. Try to get the rook to this file. That's again a possible idea that you can play. So that's where we are right now, chat. Magnus Carlsen versus Gukesh Domaraju, the world champion. Endgame with the endgame god. Probably should hesitate. I agree. I agree. But to be honest, guys, that's again what is letting Magnus take down everybody, because people hesitate against Magnus. For them, of course he has proved that he's the best in the world, but that hesitation is what's letting Magnus take over. So that, if you guys ask me, that is. But anyways, it's easier said than done, right? We can sit back and say that, oh, don't hesitate, go for it, and then Magnus just takes you down, and you're like, oh no. So anyways, guys, Gukesh, again, I feel the problem at the moment for Gukesh is not the position. I think the position looks great. I feel what might hurt him today is the time. I can see that he's like being a bit more cautious today. Maybe he was more free yesterday, because okay, yesterday you have nothing to lose, you're going all in. But today, since he's leading the event at the moment, it's a bit more stuff to think about. Mind games. Yesterday, Gukesh resigned when it was drawish. Yeah, but that draw, guys, it's not easy to recognize that it was a draw, like in that position. You're down a queen. But your a6 pawn was very strong. But no, I wouldn't complain that he resigned. It's not because of mind games. It's like in that position with 10 seconds or something, he thought like, oh, I lost my queen, so it's over. So he resigned. But literally it was a draw, to be honest. That's a cool position actually. That shows the power of a passed pawn, right? The pawn on a6 was just extremely strong. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think people think, like, people underestimate when Gukesh does something, but I really feel he's a very strong player, guys. Like, Gukesh, whatever he has done at this time of his life is something really big, and when you have to appreciate people, you have to appreciate people, right? So just do that. So pawn takes e5, guys, and I think it's I don't know why Gukesh is stuck here. He's down to 4 minutes. He's really thinking, isn't he? Like, I think the time management is not really working well for Gukesh today. So if things go wrong in this game, that's 2 losses in a row. Magnus is flying away with the game after that. Because as we said, guys, it's 2 points for every win today. And if you give Magnus one more win, he will already be like way ahead of the field. So I'm pretty sure one more win for Magnus is definitely not what they want here. But Gukesh at the moment, I don't know what has happened to him, or whether it's like it's just is Gukesh stuck, or is chess.com stuck? Either one of them is stuck. Somebody is really thinking. Because 3 minutes 40 seconds, no, that's not the time. That's not the time you want to have, right? Against Magnus, who's at 9 minutes, and I don't think it's a position that needs this much of a thought. Oh, Gukesh actually was thinking. Oh wow. Oh, I'm really surprised, chat. He did play a very good game. But please make me a mod. Jyotik. Wow, that would be... Would that be a bit too early, Jyotik? Right? I would love to in the future, for sure. I would love to make a lot of you guys the mods and stuff. It's just that I don't work on the channel things, guys. Like, I just do the streams. I'm just gone. Good and bad at the same time is Gukesh not hanging to draw. He's going all in. It's not just that, guys. Gukesh, I think, might have played a very strong move with knight d2. It's a good move. The knight can go here. It's all good. But there is this saying, right? Like, or a saying that I believe in is that it's better to have a good position, or it's better to have a good position with time than have a great position without time. So I recently I believe in that, because I've experienced that too. So I truly believe that. And you see that one move could go wrong and things are not looking good anymore, and the pressure will creep in, you know. However you think, however great is your position, it's not gonna help you. And if you think about this, now Magnus trades and he's gonna pick the pawn on e4. I think Gukesh has just dropped a pawn for nothing. Bishop e3 is the only move to play. Magnus will trade, and things have already gone bad. So all the time you spend, you see that's the problem, guys. You might spend time, you might improve a great position, but under pressure, it's hard. It's not easy. Time is a thing. Time is like a piece in chess, I guess. That's my recent understanding. So anyways, guys, I hope Gukesh can make a comeback, or at least hold this game. But slowly this is going into Magnus Carlsen's forte of a very interesting or a very comfortable endgame. And that is not something you want to play against Magnus. Anyways, in the meantime, chat, okay, we are at 274. We'll see if we hit 300 at some point or the other. But Bishop e3 played by Gukesh. Magnus trying to find his way around this. Okay. Maybe he can even hold on to the pawn, chat. Like, he can take and just go rook f5. Hold, like, not even give Gukesh back the pawn. But then rook d7 is very, very annoying, right? Like, practically I wouldn't want something like that to happen, because my pieces look very passive there. Maybe Gukesh did think that he's going to get back the e5 pawn. Maybe that's his whole thing, right? Take, and I'm going to get the pawn here. Maybe he's playing for the initiative. Thinking that, okay, if Magnus goes to support it, I can go rook d7. And he can support that too with rook c8. But look at those rooks, right? So Magnus does take it. He's like, okay. But this is going to be interesting. I don't think Magnus wouldn't save it, right? Would he? I think he might even challenge this open file, but... if you're giving this pawn back, then Gukesh is completely back in the game. But Magnus, there you go. No pawns given back there. And I think Gukesh, I think this is a no-brainer for him. He's gonna go immediately rook d7 here, hitting the pawn here and taking control of the 7th rank. The 7th heaven for the rooks are opened up. Pretty interesting endgame here, but again, as I said, guys, the time difference is a big difference. Magnus is at 7 minutes, Gukesh is at 2. That's really hurting him, and his time is going down again. I think rook d7, he should just blitz that move out here. Maybe he's thinking something, like maybe he's trying to find something out of it, but I still don't see anything. I feel rook d7 has to be played. Yep, there you go. Rook d7 played. So 2 minutes 30 seconds. Magnus, oh wow. You just have to appreciate the way Magnus understands position. Like, he's being very passive here. But I think what he's trying to put forward is that, okay, I'm passive. I'm supporting the pawns all these ways. But what is your plan? What do you do? Because Magnus, I think, has this very interesting idea to pull his king into the game. But that also, I don't know, maybe g5, h5, g4. That could be a thing to kick this knight away, guys, because Magnus would really want this. Why Gukesh spend that much time to that move? That's a good question. That's a good question that Gukesh should think about. I can't figure out why he thought for 5 minutes for ND2. That's what's the idea there? Yeah, he's still thinking. That's the thing, guys. I think that's the point where Gukesh made a mistake there. I think he was trying to find the good moves, right? Gukesh is a guy who tries always to find good moves, which you should really appreciate, which would really work well in the classical format. But in Blitz and Rapid, I think it's all about intuition. So even though he found the good moves, it's just that he's going low on time, and then all the effort put into finding good moves are going in vain. And trust me, chat, this is easier said than done, right? Yeah, over calculating a bit maybe, but like we can say it, but it's not common, right? It's Gukesh is like, his strength is calculations, right? He's very strong at calculating. He's great at calculating deep lines, and he might move faster. Yeah, Gukesh is very good at calculations, right? The only thing is that sometimes you are so good at something that you love doing it, and by mistake you do it at the wrong time. I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. So rook f8 by Magnus, and of course the game is still equal, chat. It's not over. So takes and knight takes e5, and Gukesh is still in the game. It's just that I think this is just going towards a draw, which is again a fine result for Magnus. Oh wow, it's going G. I wonder what is G, but yeah, it's going somewhere. This game is going somewhere. Rook e7. Yeah, I think Gukesh is gonna get back the pawn here, chat. He's gonna get back the pawn. Rook e7 doesn't work. Why he traded? Gukesh, I think no, like. In that position here, yeah, like rook d8 here, I mean knight c5. Knight c5, no, rook e7, king f8, and the rook is trapped, right? You can't play that. King f8, this rook is literally trapped here, because the knight is also protecting e6, so you can't play that. So that's why he had to trade, and rook f8. I actually did not like see that part of the trade. I was looking at the chat or somewhere. So rook came back to d1, right? Oh, it's going great. Okay, cool. So rook comes back to d1 here. So Gukesh wants the game going. This is very interesting, chat. He doesn't want this game to even, like, he's really fighting, and that's good. That intent is really nice. Magnus is not going to give this pawn anymore. He's going to play d3, e4, and knight d3 maybe, which looks nice, to be honest. Like, if you ask me, that looks good. e4 followed by knight to d3 is a very interesting idea here. Yeah, great. Yeah, that's fine, man. I was just wondering what is G. So that's all. Anyways, yeah, it looks great. It's going great actually for both of them. And Magnus would even be fine with a draw because he's at the moment leading this whole event. I'm here more because of your accent, and what on earth, I feel like they might not draw. Oh, okay. Okay, guys, I don't know. But anyways, I just hope you guys understand what I'm saying, and I'm all good. So e4 is being played, knight e5 played. I think rook to d8 might have. Okay, sorry, my bad. That's a hanging piece. I was just, my mind went into blitz mode, you know. Here says 1 minute looks like hard for Gukesh for even a draw. That is true, chat. I think Gukesh should have even done gone for the rook trade, right? With 1 minute on the clock, he's the one keeping pieces on the board, and I don't know, maybe Gukesh might pull the rabbit out of the hat again. So h5 by Magnus. He's like, Magnus is the guy you really don't want to give any chances, guys. Like, I don't know. Maybe the rook trade was something Gukesh had to go for. This knight is also very well placed. Now Gukesh is trying for a trade, but if you think rook d8 works, chat, no, that's a trick. A nice trick by Gukesh, because knight f6 discovered check and the rook would have been lost. So don't worry about that. Magnus goes here. I think the trade will happen. Magnus takes it. His rook is pretty active. Gukesh could also go rook d7 here, making sure the king doesn't come out easily. That's very important for him. But I think he will do that. It's again something he would be easily playing. Rook d7 is not a big question, and Magnus might fix the pawn structure here with h4. That would be something Magnus is thinking about here. Your Magnus troll with that move. Yeah, you guys still remember, good spot to be happy. Yeah. I think you guys still remember Falkland Islands, don't you? Interesting. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's where we are. I think the rook's coming to d7. I think Gukesh 10 seconds on the board. I wonder what is he thinking. Rook d4. He didn't go to the 7th rank, chat. He's going for the e4 pawn. But then Magnus has a very interesting trick of rook d5, give up the pawn and take the 7th rank himself and go for these. Because like in return for his weak pawns, he might get actually some good pawns on b2 and a2. That rook endgame looks nice there for Magnus. If he's trying. If he's not, the draw, like, you could just play king f7, give up the pawn, and I think king f6, and it's an easy game, right? But if Magnus is trying, another bang on the table but off screen. No. I don't think Magnus need to bang anything here, because Magnus seems to be very happy because he's already won a game, guys. If he had missed game number 1, Magnus had already defeated Gukesh. This is game 2. So a draw would be fine for Magnus here. And he's already got the lead here today. So yeah, I think Magnus is spending his time on this key moment, right? And looks good for him. Perfect time. He has 4.5 minutes, and the time trouble is really catching up into Gukesh here. I think he should speed up in the upcoming games against Hikaru and Fabi, if he wants things to go good. Because rook d4 again, Magnus, I feel that, what is he considering? Don't think that he's considering this, chat. He's never considering that, because you can't even consider this as a rook. What is that? Yeah, there you go. Rook d5, great try, because I feel this is the best practical chance here. Because he's going to go rook takes. Oh, Gukesh goes there. No, this endgame could be draw, right? This pawns will fall. I don't think he's going to take it. Is he going to take it, chat? What do you think about the pawn endgame? Like, playing a pawn endgame with 13 seconds is crazy. It's not possible. This pawn endgame with 13 seconds on the board, Gukesh could literally make any random mistake there. But I think rook takes, king f2, king e4. This looks very standard, right? So Magnus might not let him do that. Maybe he can offer the trade this way, rook d6, and ask Gukesh to take on d6. That's another plan he could try. Rook e4, rook c5, rook b4. Gukesh is losing on time, but he could as well as go for a hidden brilliant. It's not over until it's over, chat. Gukesh is still trying to fight this out, but I think Magnus is trying to find the most important moves in this position. This is the critical moment of the game, and Magnus will sort this out for sure. Gukesh trying his hardest end games with 13 seconds. Yeah, true. I think Magnus is like, what he's literally thinking about is this trade, guys. He's thinking whether this trade is going to work for him. Okay, he's really considering if this trade, this king and pawn endgame, can he get something out of it. Otherwise, he will now immediately go rook d6. The reason why is that he's letting Gukesh trade here so that he can take with the pawn and then connect to the e4 pawn. And these pawns, from being weak pawns, can actually become decent looking pawns here. Yeah, there is 5 seconds increment for every move. This is not Title Tuesday. Like, it's not, or is it not the Esports World Cup? But that's also fun, right? 5+0. That's. Oh wow, Magnus did go for it, guys. Wow, that's interesting. So you guys are gonna see some very. Wow, look at this. Forced moves, one after the other, and the computers really believe that Magnus has seen the win. That is incredible. If he has calculated this win, it's unbelievable then. He's gonna go king e3. That's his only move. King f5 being played. Magnus blitzing out great moves out there. And the question is, who will be the first one to walk into a zugzwang here? b4 on the board. Gukesh holding on to dear life here. But to be honest, guys, if you see the bar on the side, it's not looking good for the world champion. Magnus has got this. And if anybody in this world is going to calculate this pawn end game down to the end, you're watching that guy play this game. It is Magnus Carlsen. Yeah, he is into time scramble. So taking the rook back was not good for Gukesh. No, he taking the rook on d5 was not helping him. No. He had to take the e4 pawn at that point. I think c4 turned out to be a big error for Gukesh. He had to take e4 and let Magnus go to the 7th rank. But that's so counterintuitive. It's not easy to play over the board. But yeah, Magnus has more space. Gukesh going to be into 4 zugzwang. Zugzwang. Yeah, people love to call it different ways. But whatever it is. Oh, big mistake by Magnus, yeah? a6, but why? Oh, there you go. Gukesh, don't worry, I got this. Oh no, chat, it thinks Gukesh makes a bit, but too hard to calculate this position with 9 seconds on the clock. The only hope for Gukesh right now is if Magnus comes low on time too. He has to get Magnus low on time. That's his only way out of this. If not, he's not surviving this game. So Magnus Carlsen thinking out of this whole thing. I think b5 makes a bit of sense here, chat. Usually you try to keep your waiting moves with b6. You keep the reserve tempes there. But I think b5 just stops this a4 idea. c5 again, you have this move. He goes g3, you go g6, and you win, right? Yeah. So b5. So b5 basically, let's imagine he goes c5 maybe. Or a3, or let's say b5 c5. Okay, b5. Oh wow, there you go. b5 c5. Who has that waiting move there? c6 a3 c6. Yeah, a3 g6 g3. Is it e5 there? g3. Okay. Is it e5? Yeah, I think it's e5, right? I think Gukesh overlooked d5. d5 is what Gukesh had seen, but oh wow, that's a mistake. We just made Magnus Carlsen play a mistake. Wow. So e5 d5 takes, guys, and then the king will go towards this pawn, right? That's a crazy endgame, because there are some. Oh wow. Oh, what happened? Oh, Gukesh just resigned there. Okay, why not d5 here? cd5. Yeah, basically cd5, because you can't push it, guys, because the king is inside the square. You can never push this. And okay, imagine he plays a waiting move like king here. He can go d4, and again, Magnus is gonna go this way, and at the perfect moment the king will leave the protected passer, and this will turn out to be a checkmate on the Gukesh king. So for example, guys, let me show you. King e2, right? e3 check, king here, and now he could go here. Okay, let's imagine Gukesh keeps waiting. King d5 is being played. Okay, let's imagine he goes king e2 played here. e4 is played. You see this, okay? King to d1. This is super instructive. d3. So black is going to set everything up here until it's white has nothing to play here. e2 will be played. Let's imagine he goes here. And at this moment, guys, at this moment, we will leave this pawn and come to d4. You will play king to d4. And you might be like, wow, my pawn's a queen. No, it's not, because e3 check. King goes here. King to e4, right? You push the pawn again. I'll go king f3 here. You can promote this into a queen, but unfortunately, you are getting checkmated here. And that's why Gukesh resigned. I don't know if that's why Gukesh resigned, but it could be the idea. This could, this is the theme of this endgame. This is the theme of why this endgame is being resigned. Magnus has done this before also. I've seen some videos on this, but yeah, I think this is the plan of this endgame. Otherwise, guys, if you think that the pawn's gonna promote to a queen, that's never ever gonna happen, because you see the pawns can't do this alone, right? This pawn is super strong, and if you think I can play a5, they'll play just a3. Okay, so the whole idea here is so if it's a mistake by Magnus was taken with a brilliant, could be a win for Gukesh. No, I think here it's very hard to do it. Magnus is very clear about this endgame. He's gonna win this for sure. And I think Gukesh understood it. Right? Yeah, exactly. And if you go a5, guys, like he's just gonna play a3 here, and I think this is just done and dusted. So 2 in a row for Magnus Carlsen. Wow, crazy. And Hikaru Nakamura fights back. He gets his 2 points back, chat. That is interesting. Hikaru just fought back. We'll just quickly see what happened here. So it was in English by Fabi. Fabi's queen was all over the place in the opening. So there you go. Double fianchetto by Hikaru. Queen d2, queen c2, takes, knight d4. Hikaru loves these kind of structures. You know, I think he plays this all the time on his streams and everywhere. Dude, it's been so long how you streamed. How are you doing? Hey, Jacob X. Yeah, it's been some time, right? I've been traveling and stuff, and yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I hope I can do these kind of streams and stuff even when I'm traveling, chat. That's the aim. That's the goal, right? So, yep. Anyways, I think Hikaru loves these kind of positions, doesn't he? E3, Queen B2, A3, B4, and yeah, oh, sorry, Fabi likes these positions. My bad, guys. Fabi was white. So Fabi, I think he had a good looking position, right? Like, this was too hard to lose. Oh, this was just so hard for Fabi to lose. How did he manage to lose this? I think he was trying to push a bit, you know. Yeah, I think he was trying to push a bit here. This was supposed to be just a draw. Or maybe that passer. I think time got to Fabi. He was down to 8 seconds, and Hikaru and that B pawn just again a king and pawn endgame, right? And this is the outside passer that creates the problem. And yep. The simple thing again why people resign here, guys, is because they'll give up this pawn and just grab everybody here. And the game is done. But I really love the Magnus endgame, chat. Knight endgames and now Hikaru wins. Yeah. He's good at that, isn't he? But I hope you guys had fun watching that first game. I really think this is such an instructive game to understand the Magnus position. Maybe here, chat, like at this point of the game, like what do you say, like rook d4. I think this was the key moment of the game. This was the really important moment where Magnus played rook d5, and maybe Gukesh just had to go for it and let Magnus, oops, not there, that's not a good thing to do, and let Magnus play rook d4, d2, take this, and let him take this, maybe. But of course I can totally understand why he didn't go for this. This looks so bad. Right? Maybe he can play this, give up that pawn, rook takes c7. I don't know, playable, but very hard to play against Magnus. That could be his reason. But okay, the king and pawn endgame just did not work well for him. I think the move he really completely missed here, chat, is the idea of e5. And if you guys want to see why e5 was so strong, it's a brilliant finish. You might be super happy with the fact that you have a protected passer here, but that's not going to help you because of this fact that these pawns will go as far as possible, and at the perfect moment the king will leave it, and it's a mate. You can have a queen, but in chess having a queen is just not enough. The mate is the thing. Right? So we are down with the 2 rounds, guys, and at the moment I will let you guys see the standings right now. From leading the tournament day 2 have gone a bit wrong for Gukesh, to be honest. You guys can see the standings right now. It's like great to add this game to my collection as well. I look forward to get some mentorship from you as well. Me? Okay. You're doing it great at chess and better than, okay. No. It's all good. But anyways, chat, coming back to the standings, you can see that Magnus is running away, to be honest. And he's not running away from anybody. He's running away with the whole tournament. He's at the moment at 7.5 points right now, followed by Hikaru at 5 and Gukesh at 4 and Fabi at 3.5. So no $2,000 today for Gukesh. Magnus has just already taken away $4,000 from everybody. So 2 back-to-back wins for Magnus Carlsen today, and that is not something that Gukesh would have loved to start the day with. It's definitely not something he would have loved to start the day with. So the next games are about to start. like within some time. They're having a short break here, chat. Every time there's a short break, you guys can let me know any questions you have. I can always let you know about it, or I can go get something to drink. You know, it's just to have some rest. So let me just check this one. You know, I'm just checking the stream somewhere else. Where is that? Yeah, there you go. Okay, I don't know how long it's gonna take for the next round to start, but it will start pretty quickly. They usually have a break after the 2 games you play against somebody. Like, what do you say? Like, you play as white and black against a player, and then they have a break. So in the next games, guys, we will look at Magnus playing Magnus. The game Magnus is gonna play here. I see something. I think we will get Hikaru as his Magnus at the end, cause yesterday. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, it is the same. Hey, bro, how are you? Hey, XN, how are you? 001. I hope you guys are all doing great. It's been a long time, chat. If you have not been here yesterday, then it's been a long time since I saw any of you guys. So, as I said, I'm in search of the balance you need in life. I love streaming. I love talking to you guys. To be honest, I could literally do that every single day. But unfortunately, in search of the balance, maybe I travel. And I'm not, I don't know, chat. I would love to even do things when I travel. I want to show you guys everything that I do on my days, how I work on chess, how I do my stuff. But yeah, we might get there one day. You mean the World Championship? The World Championship might happen next year, I guess. 2026, most probably. The candidates is happening next year. For sure, I think it's 2026 or 26, right? So, but first we will have the candidates and see who will qualify for that. Before that, I think in India, there is a FIDE World Cup. That's a very cool event happening next week, guys. If you have any time to spend on chess, try to watch those games. They will be super important because the top 3 from the World Cup is going to qualify for the candidates. So it's a very important tournament in the chess world, and yeah, you will get to see who are the guys going in, along with at the moment I think we already have Fabiano qualified to the candidates. We have Anish Giri already in through the Grand Swiss. We have Matthias Blubam in it, and I think Pragnananda will also be part of the candidates because of he might be the winner of the Grand Chess Tour of 2025. So he's gonna get through that way, and then there will again be 3 more players who's coming through from the World Cup. So the World Cup is a very yeah that's a FIDE World Cup, man. That's actually not a World Championship thing. It's a World Cup which gives you an entry towards the candidates, and from the candidates, the winner of the candidates will be the one facing Gukesh for the World Championship. So that's how things work, right? So. Yeah, it's in Goa, and even I am excited to see players to meet in Goa all together at Goa this time. Oh wow, that's nice. If you guys are planning to travel to meet people there, that's a great place to go. Yep. So that's pretty interesting. I think I have seen today that I think chess.com or FIDE or maybe the Indian Chess Federation or something, they're hosting an event. An arena event tomorrow for players rated below 1400 chess.com, between 1400 and something, and it's only for I think it's only for players till the rating of 1900 on chess.com. So you could play that arena, and if you win it, I guess you get a all paid, all expenses taken trip to Goa, something like that. I came across something like that. I was checking if everybody could play it, but yeah, couldn't play it because it's a below 2000 event chess.com rating. So yeah, that's not gonna work. So I won't be there, but I hope one of you guys could play and win it. Okay, that would be nice to see. I think you can look that up, and it will be somewhere put up. It is happening tomorrow, I guess. So don't miss your chance. Maybe you could have a free trip to the FIDE World Cup and have a good time. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, take care, man. Have a good day. 489. Have a good day. Yeah. Like Squid Games. I will recognize all of you like the Squid Game numbers, yeah? 489, 001. I don't know. I hope YouTube is not doing a Squid Games with us, guys. I really do hope so. But that's cool, chat. So what we will do at the moment is that before the break is done, I'll also go get some water. Just get some energy before the next round, where Hikaru would be facing Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen will be facing Fabiano. So stay tuned. We will be making sure that we watch through this. Let me get some music up. I'm gonna go get something for myself, and we will resume the game as soon as it's just back. Okay. So I'll be back in a few minutes, chat. You guys have fun. I will leave you guys with what do you say? I will leave you guys with the game Magnus versus Gukesh. I think it's a good end game to watch. Okay, guys, so we are back and the games are starting. We will start with the Magnus, Fabi Magnus game to start with, and then we will come back to the Gukesh Hikaru game. We will watch one game. We'll watch the Fabi Magnus first, and then we will go into Gukesh Hikaru, and in the next one we will go with Gukesh Hikaru, and then Magnus Fabi, right? So that everybody is happy, and we can watch it together. Hey Gregory, how are you? I'm doing well. I hope your day or the week is going good for you. Okay, guys, so it's back to a Berlin, maybe. Are we in a Berlin? I think Fabi is ready to go into a Berlin. There you go. Knight f5 by Magnus. Takes, king takes, and the rock solid Berlin is on the board. They go with the move pawn to h3 here. Maybe king e8 is an option here. A very usual king e8, bishop e7 is an option, h5 is an option, just to stop g4 at some point, or like ideas with that. And that's where we are, chat. I hope you guys are also able to hear me well, because sometimes, as I said, chat, I talk for so much of time and then I recognize that, wait a second, the mic was never on. Yeah, but anyways, guys, I hope you guys can hear me well. And there we are. It's a Berlin by Fabiano against Magnus. Things looking good. Fabi is playing quicker, faster. Magnus goes king e8. Very usual, guys. Like, you don't want to put your king on this open file, do you? So Fabi is just developing his knight to c3. Very usual, like all usual stuff here. Knight's coming out. The bishop would be ready to come out. f4, g5. That's all plans here. This rook would be ready to come to d1. The next rook would ready to be coming to e1. And that's how we will be rolling here. And let's see what or where does this game go at this moment. So there you go. Magnus goes h5. Very standard stuff to do here, because you see, guys, the reason is if they play g4 takes knight h4 is the idea, right? So that's why he's playing h5 here. Hey Daz, how are you? And if you guys like the stream at any point, if you like what we are doing here, or if you like the interactions, you can always like the stream. If you don't find it, double tap on the screen, you will get it. So Fabi brings his rook to d1, which looks pretty nice. Getting the rook to the open file. I think Magnus would easily just develop this bishop to e6. It's really hard to crack the Berlin, guys, because it's like a rock solid stuff where there's no weakness to go for, right? So it's like a wall, the Berlin wall, I guess. It's not easy for somebody to come in and just break through it just like that. But nonetheless, Magnus would be feeling great after the 2 wins against Gukesh today. I'm pretty sure he is in top form right now. So the world number 1. So, but definitely something that looks interesting at the moment, chat, is that the opening took down Casper. The opening that took down Casper. Yeah, I think Kramnik came up with this, isn't it? It really suits his kind of style, chat, because Kramnik is an extremely strong positional player. So at those times, it really goes against what Casper would have loved to face. So definitely something that Kramnik was good at. But yeah, bishop to e6 are being played at this moment. There are ideas here, guys, where the knight will go here, try to hit the bishop and create a weakness, and black would literally play something like rook at 6 here and rook g6. I'm very sure Magnus would be super comfortable with all that. He might know how to deal with this. Yeah, there you go, rook at 6, and this rook will now slide down to g6 maybe. Or at the same time, there's a lot more other options also that you can think about. You can try creating more weakness on white's position with bishop b4 and take on c3. That is again an option here, which could still be lot playable. But let's see where this game goes, chat. And in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, anything you want to ask me, feel free to ask me that. I would be more than happy to let you guys know. So this is round 9 that's happening. We had 6 rounds yesterday. This is the 3rd round today. every player plays 2 rounds against each other with alternate colors. Magnus just did that against Gukesh. He took down Gukesh 2-0, and he's at the moment leading this event. So that's where we are right now. Magnus goes h4, very standard idea to just try to fix these pawns on the h3, g2, f2 that you see here, right? Trying to create that annoying scenario for those pawns. And he might, I think at some point or the other, the rook will also slide down to g6, trying to put some pressure on this knight. Maybe that's why he played h4, chat, because he wants to go rook g6, and when he goes rook g6, he doesn't want Fabi to play h4. So he takes it, and I think the rook is just going to take it. Still, you see that? It's super hard to find that weakness in the Berlin. So knight goes to e4 here. Maybe Fabi is planning to bring the next knight into this whole thing. So would be very interesting to see how Magnus deals with this structure and what is his plan for this rook. Would he be actually even planning to trade it off? Trade, and the king takes it? That could be an idea. So he goes c5, which makes a lot of sense, taking control of the squares on d4 and b4. He could also play the move pawn to b6. Quite a move to play. Okay, c4 by Magnus. Okay. Was that a bit too overextended, chat? Is that pawn like, is that like the guy who got lost from the group? Like you're on a trekking trip or something, and this guy just got lost. The group is here, this guy's here. So it's not looking that great. But maybe Magnus is planning to shift the rook to these sides and start targeting. The d3 square would be something he would be aiming for someday or the other. I don't think it's a super bad scenario or something. But yeah, I kind of feel that pawn is a bit extended, that's all. He might. I agree. He would. Like Magnus wouldn't randomly push it. There's a very standard idea. What is the reason why Magnus pushed it is because he doesn't want this bishop to be locked in. You don't want your bishop to look bad with this pawn on c5, right? That's the straightforward idea. So Fabi goes g4, a trade, and now the pawns are a bit free to kick Magnus and his pieces away from here. I think Magnus will definitely have to do something with the rook on d8, I mean a8. Fabi has more time and slightly better position. That's a good thing. That's the best thing that I can see for Fabi. But he literally, like the problem with Fabi that he had yesterday was that he had the same time advantage against Gukesh and the same scenarios yesterday, but he couldn't convert. At some point or the other, he drifts, like he tends to take more time and he goes equal with the others. So that might be something Fabi might like to correct for today. And if he can take down Magnus today, chat, like that's a good comeback for Fabiano. He can literally be back in the game because it's 2 points for every win today, and that would be very interesting. Yeah. Why, Gregory? You really want it to go down the wire for the final day, do you? or you literally like Fabi maybe? I see that there's a lot of people out there who really like Fabiano as a person and a player because he's a very nice guy, right? And here we go. Fabi goes with the king to f2. Slowly advancing the king. A very natural thing to do here. With the understanding that in the endgame this king could be very helpful for him. It is isolated, that is true. The bishop is trying to act as a chain to it. But yeah, I do agree. I do agree that this pawn could become a weakness like very late in the game. If we go very deep into the game, it could become a weakness. While Magnus might try to create some space on this side of the board. Still, the computers, I think here you can see the bar. They really like Fabi. They think Fabi's got all the space in the world in this position. And Magnus, there you go. That's a move, guys. That's real understanding of this position, because Otherwise, just think about it. Why would he let him take it and just double these pawns here? They become isolated. This a7 pawn becomes isolated. So if Magnus has played b4, that means he has got some real ideas behind it. Otherwise, it would have been such a bad move. It would be literally such a bad move. I won the fight. Yeah, that would be nice. Yes, no, I like Fabi, but I want it to be more spicy and more interesting. Yeah, that's true. You really don't. Once a great man said, if Fabi could convert, he would be the best in the world. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. Like, the positions Fabi get out of his games is unbelievable. Like, the way he can build up a position is like truly unbelievable. But at times the issue is, like, as you said, like the conversion part, isn't it? Even the last candidates, you can count the huge amount of times Fabi has missed in converting his chances. So, but yeah, that's how it is, right? If everything is perfect, maybe Fabi's when Fabi's chess was made, this could be maybe the only thing that was not made perfect. Otherwise, he could be the perfect guy, isn't it? And he didn't take it. He goes rook e2. Fabiano is so good at understanding positions, playing the best moves. It's all about that conversion. Can he convert it with Magnus? Yes, Fabi is, yes, you're right. We saw it yesterday and maybe we can see it today. Yes, I feel Fabi will do it better today, because what we can see is that he's got a time advantage here. Yesterday also he was crushing Magnus with the white pieces, but then things fell apart for him. So Fabi actually had a great day yesterday. It's just that he did not convert. He just didn't convert. He played good chess. He had a great position with Gukesh with the black pieces. He had a completely maybe +4 to 5 position against Magnus, but he was not able to convert. That was the problem. Was his to take evenly matched against Magnus? Yeah, that's true. And I think Magnus, even in his whole preparation, had felt that their chance to take Fabi down was actually in the rapids and blitz. The team even believed in that. I think that's where the Sveshnikov came into the ideas, and that's when Magnus really tried to make the positions interesting using the Sveshnikov, but Fabi was just literally prepared for everything. But I think Fabi is still the guy that you can look forward to becoming the world champion. I still believe he is still the guy to look out for in the upcoming candidates, because Fabi is a class apart, and he can still prove that. The world title could be something he truly believes, but I don't know. Maybe Gukesh would not let him have it, and Gukesh has a great score against him, I guess. Rook b8 by Magnus. Okay, finally a mistake by the world number 1. But if you ask why such a mistake, what is a mistake, it's not easy to do that here, guys. Like, it's very hard, and Magnus in these endgames, he tends to slip away, and I hope Fabi doesn't give him that slip today. Fabi is just playing like perfect today. h4 now. It's like his understanding of these positions is unbelievable. And Magnus is just making Magnus work for it, isn't it? It's either him or the streamer guy. The streamer guy, I don't know. The state champion, isn't it? I don't know. That would be fun. Like, I truly want either one of them to really play it. It would be funny if Nepo Miyashi, like Nepo also finds his way into the candidates again. That would be very interesting. Out of the World Cup, if he can make it, he's back at another candidates. And when Nepo is in a candidates, that's fun. That's gonna be really fun. So let's get this through, guys. h4 being played here. Fabiano looking perfect, because I don't know, this capture is gonna leave Magnus with a lot of weak guys all over the board. Fabiano has his own stuff here on a6. Okay, Magnus leaves the rook to go here. Fabiano just goes h5 here. This is really strong play by Fabiano. Like, you can just feel it. He just sacrificed the pawn immediately here. He's like, oh, you want to take a pawn? Take it. Right? Just have it. And let's think, why does he actually give him that pawn? Is it g4, chat? Is that the idea? Why rook a2 is being allowed? G4 maybe, I think so, maybe, or this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, Hikaru has a great score against Fabi. That's true. That's true. Hikaru finds his way, messes things up, and Fabi hates such positions, I guess. Yeah, Nepo would be very interesting, isn't it? Oh, I'm gonna hit a wall if Nepo makes it again. Nepo would be funny. It would be nice to have Nepo back in the candidates. He's the guy, like, you put him in a candidates, he becomes another person there. Oh, knight f6, yeah? Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, rook a2, knight f6. Ah, crazy, right? King here and then knight d7, isn't it? And if he had taken, pawn takes, check. Oh, I don't want to play the Berlin, chat. I really don't. Especially like against somebody like Fabi. I think he's just gonna improve the king, right? King f3, king g3, then g5, king g4. Oh, good God. This is crazy stuff by Fabiano. What like this is when you feel bad, right? If you are Magnus and if you go on to lose this game, you will feel crazy here because you'll feel like I have been just like outplayed completely. And that's what Fabiano is doing. See, I didn't slack in my puzzle battles. Damn, yeah, knight f6 check. Yeah. Knight f6 was really cool find, guys. Good job. You guys are doing good. So Magnus also down to a minute or below 2 minutes, chat, and that's not looking good. What a game by Fabiano. What a game. I think this is like, if any of you guys do play against the Berlin, this is a game to learn from. It might be a rapid game, but the way Fabi just played this out is like perfect. He had everything figured out, or his understanding of this is like really cool. Maybe it's some candidate preparations, you know. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna use my prep and just destroy Magnus today. And he just goes all in. And Magnus is like, what did I walk into? I think Fabiano is just thinking about g5. He's just making sure he's not overextending here. But I think he's not. He's gaining so much of space. And Magnus, look at his pieces, guys. Except for those 2 pawns, look at everybody else. These are the only guys who found some air to breathe. The rest of them are in like no man's land at the moment. Yeah. Berlin is really solid, if you ask me. But yeah. I think I really hope Fabi converts this. If he misses this out, his day 2 is not gonna go well. Trust me. But if he actually wins this, his whole day is gonna be perfect. What a win. Magnus, who has been winning and he's leading, and all of a sudden, boom, you just take him down. And that's a fine move, king f3. Magnus is like, okay, things are anyways going downhill for me. I'm just gonna go pick up the pawns now and make Fabi like feel the pressure and make him to find the conversion here. Because Magnus has just gone for the pawn on a2, chat, and that's not that's something he's gonna go for. And now, as we talked about, the king is gonna advance again. I literally feel the knight is trapped, chat. He can play g6 though, right? He can play g6. This is quite interesting. And if you guys are new to the stream, like, you can always like the stream, double tap and like it. You can share this, you can subscribe, you can do anything you want, right? You're free to do all of that. So anyways, coming back to the game, chat, king g4 is something I feel that's gonna happen. Fabi's gonna play it. I just hope he plays a bit faster now, because from this, like, he doesn't want to go below a minute, right? That's gonna be hard against Magnus. So he would love to convert this down today. So I really hope he does that. Yeah, king g3, g6. I don't know, maybe take it and use the h file, or directly use the h file, or play h6. These are all options. h6 looks nice. Oh, takes it. Okay, and then go for rook h2, right? Oh, e6. Oh wow, bishop e5 maybe, guys. But what if they just take the pawn here? Oh, is that a mate? Wow, if they take c3, I think it's a mate, chat. You go here, he can't go here, check, and then rook h8 is mate. That is absolute madness, right? If you take the pawn here, okay, maybe he'll take it back with the knight. But I feel like rook h2 is crazy stuff. Like bishop e5, and literally a mating net is coming up here, isn't it? That would be fun. You don't get to try to checkmate Magnus every day. And it's also looking at this pawn. Looks nice for Fabi, right? If he takes it, that's what I think, guys. Like, okay, any rook you can, like, imagine you go rook h2. What does he do here? I don't know. Because if you play something like King G7, guys, this is what I was talking about. They here, and here. But okay, that's not gonna happen though. Let's come back. Let's see what Fabi has got up his sleeve here. So E6 down, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, this looks really nice. That's a very strong move. E6 is like a great mating net laid into Magnus. Oh, Bishop D6 here. Okay, what happens now? Magnus is just trying to get the trade of the pieces because he knew this is really bad for him. The computers are shouting that, go Fabi, go, win this game, right? But can he do that? Yeah. Not at the moment, man. Discord, we have been planning to create that. That's when I disappeared. So there was no Discord. But we will create one soon. Yeah. I really would like to get somebody, like I think I need to have some guys to sort those stuff out. Rook takes the knight? Not really, right? I think it's bishop takes, like, would it be bishop takes bishop here? Bishop takes, knight takes. See this, guys. Yeah, I think bishop takes bishop, knight takes, and then e7 check. Check. Isn't that game over? I think that has to be what Fabi's thinking. It's like trade, and check. You can't take it because knight d6 and I discover check on the king on e7. Right? And if the king goes to e8, I have knight f6, literally a mate coming up. And then sack the rook and then promote the pawn. And I win. Right? I think that's the idea. Maybe take. Isn't that? Okay, maybe he'll take with the pawn, right? But then again e7, if you take with it, bishop takes d6 and I win the knight. If you go here, I double the rooks. And more pressure on e7 and I'm just gonna win the knight there. Right? Fabi goes the other way. Okay, maybe, okay, makes sense. Now he's like, okay, now I'm gonna take it and play this, right? I understand. And it's also giving the threat here. I think rook h2 is a serious threat, chat. Rook h2, rook h1. Trust me, that h-file is like madness. Magnus is in big trouble. The world about Magnus is in huge trouble, trust me. If Fabi misses this game out, I don't know. That would be so sad. I really hope he's gonna convert this game. So it's Fabiano Caruana going for the kill on Magnus Carlsen, chat. 1 second, guys. I think my lights need a bit of fixing here. But anyways, I hope you guys can still hear me and see me. So that's fine. Until that's working, things are fine. So Magnus takes it. Yep, I think we have fixed it. So takes it and okay. So what just happened, guys? Like, wait a second, I just got a bit confused here. He went rook h1. That was a mistake, yeah? What could he have done there? I think I don't get it, guys. Like, he could have always traded this and then gone for this ideas, right? So rook h1, bishop takes f4, and now Fabi's thinking about the mate. He's thinking rook h7 and rook f7 is mate, guys. That's literally mate here. Yeah, thanks, Hikaru. That's good. That's great to hear. And yeah, I think rook h7 might be what he's thinking. Oh, wait a second. No, right? Okay, that was just the board going that way. Okay, you win a rook here. I'm sure rook h8 check and you win this rook now. Right? You could also go rook h8 check. And okay, you don't want to give another check. Your knight's getting under attack. So I think check and just take the rook. But this is still not over, guys. This is still not over. Fabi down to a minute. Oh, no. This is not where he wants to be. He's below 1 minute. Magnus 23 seconds. Fabiano is completely winning here. He needs to convert this. This is the game he must convert today. You just can't miss this idea, Fabi. Like, you have to win this game. He just played such an amazing game, chat, that he should not miss this. He really deserves to win this game. I don't know, like, is he going to take Magnus? Is Magnus going to take here? Because there's a threat of promotion, and if you take that, then I can get the e2 rook here. So Magnus is really messing things up here. He's like, can you do anything here? So okay, that's much better because he can at least take and play a much more easier scenario here. Okay, so I don't think Fabi should even spend a minute here or even any second here. You should just take it. Because if you don't take it, you're losing your rook, right? The rook is attacking both your rooks. So you are... Okay, maybe he's thinking of knight d5 chat. Okay. Okay, we have to agree with that. He's thinking of knight d5 check. Which could work. But he's like, okay, forget about it. Okay, knight c3 check, king d6. And just take the bishop. Fabi is up a rook here. He's up a rook. But Magnus has this, like, really annoying two connected pass pawns here. Yeah, he has two connected pass pawns. Okay, Fabi is up a rook, and oh wow, what is this now? And wow, that's brilliant. Fabi goes back here. C2? Is C2 a thing? Ah. No, like C2. Wait a second. What? Why does the computers think he's losing? Okay, see guys, Fabi is trying to come over. Oh, Fabiano won. Fabiano won, yeah? Okay, okay. Or maybe, okay, I don't know. Like, did he win in a losing position? Because it says knight e6 check is literally over. Because I think king e3, king c4, and then c3 maybe? I don't see it, guys. Like, okay, it's basically trying to let us know that black is in a zugzwang. Okay, let's imagine they play this, and now the a pawn. Okay, no guys, okay, sorry. I don't think he played that move. Okay, so Magnus resigned here. Okay, Magnus resigned here. That never happened. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been sad, right? I think Magnus has resigned here. Okay, that's cool. Anyways, yeah, why would he play king f4, right? He would just take this with a check, isn't it? And he can't play c2 because rook takes b2 and c1 can't promote. Wow, that is some crazy chess by Fabiano. That was good. That was good. That was some fun chess, right, chat? What happened with Hikaru, Gukesh? Okay, that ended in a draw. So that was fair enough that we watched the Magnus game. So let's see what happened though. Gukesh going for the Rubinstein variation in the Nimzo. I love this variation. Okay, so here knight e4 played. That's a check because if you take that with the king, you have queen g4 and you win the knight back. So knight takes f2 is like you sack a piece, I'll sack a piece. This was exciting. King takes, queen g4 check. Queen f4, I don't know why, but that looks nice. d6, knight f3, queen e7, bishop d3, knight here. Can we try to do a one move checkmate idea? Gukesh literally castled, chat. He just literally artificially castled. But by the time the position was too simplified, and there you go. Nothing much happened. I think these guys just traded some pieces over. And okay. Some chances here maybe for Gukesh. Maybe to just get in with the king. But okay, practically the streamer guy, as they say, is pretty strong. Yeah. So Hikaru just made sure like nothing's happening. And the guys agreed for a draw there. That was smooth, right? So Fabiano taking the win, guys, and with that win, I think he has really turned this game around. Because if you look at this at the moment, what is that? There you guys go. That's the standings. You have Magnus at the top at 7.5 points. We have Hikaru at 6. And we also have Fabiano at 5.5. Gukesh from the top of the table has gone down to the table. But I think he can still make a comeback. He just needs some wins now. He just needs to get that win over Hikaru or Fabi, and he can easily be back in this race. I need to find within a few seconds. I would have taken a few minutes. And F2, right? Yeah. No, it's pretty usual. Like when you're down piece, when your opponent sacks, you sack back and give it back and stuff like that. Magnus still at top. He's gonna win it, isn't he? Not so sure, because this event can go down to the wire. You never know when Hikaru might come back into form, or you can't. With the game Fabi just played right now, oh wow, I wouldn't be surprised if he just wins this whole thing, guys. I wouldn't be surprised at all, because Fabi just played an unbelievable game right now, and Magnus would be now all in to push for the win going ahead, right? Magnus would be like, oh, That was crazy stuff. I want to win now. I want to beat him and go ahead. And that could turn things around for Magnus too. So the next round is about to start. You guys can tell me which game you want to watch. You want to watch one more Fabi Magnus, or would you like to watch the Hikaru Gukesh game? Maybe we'll watch the Hikaru Gukesh game. We did watch Magnus Fabi in the last round. So we will watch Hikaru Gukesh in this one. The game was excellent. Yeah. And yesterday also, I liked Fabi, but the time control and nerves. Exactly, Gregory. I totally agree with you. Fabi was playing really good yesterday. For whoever you guys who saw yesterday, he was doing really well. The King's Indian games were all fun, but unfortunately, time scrambles and not converting it, he had a bad day. He really played well against Magnus yesterday too. But today he's like, okay, I'm going to take you down, Magnus. And losing to Fabi is not a bad thing. Like, he's such a strong guy. Like, you feel okay to be losing to him, isn't it? So, anyways, chat, that's where we are right now. You can see the standings. Magnus still leading after the loss. Fabi taking $2,000 home. Okay, the games have started. Let's get into some Hikaru Gukesh right now, and we'll come back to Fabi Magnus soon. It's a 4 nights from the Hikaru Gukesh one, and there you go. Right? So it's a 4 nights from Hikaru and Gukesh and Maggie. Yeah. We'll watch it. It's a 4 nights, and Hikaru just plays knight d5. That could be some interesting prep. I think Gukesh could actually pick the pawn up, and then d4 would happen. That's the plan to go forward with. So Gukesh facing off with the speed demon, is he? Hikaru Nakamura. Whose king is going to be thrown in the air today? That would be interesting to see. Just kidding, guys. That was just for the fun of the whole stuff, right? But anyways, Gukesh doesn't want to complicate it. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna go for that pawn and all. He's just keeping it simple. Hikaru strikes in the center with d4. Gukesh still can take the pawn, but Hikaru just trying to keep it complicated with this knight d5 variation. Yeah, some complicated stuff here, right? Some complicated stuff in this variation. But yeah, I think Hikaru really wants that win here, because if he wants to catch up to Magnus, if he's looking for that, then I think he is looking for a win here against Gukesh, because Gukesh did take him down yesterday, chat. That's what I believe. I think Gukesh took him down yesterday, so Hikaru is not looking for that. He's like, okay, I want to win today. But Gukesh, again, I think today it's been a bit off for Gukesh when it comes to the time control stuff, because you can see he's already down to 8 minutes here, and Hikaru is comfortably sitting at 10 minutes. So bishop g4, it looks like maybe the knight e4 moves what the chess.com stuff, like things that he missed. But that's fine, I think. It's okay. It's a rapid game. He can go away with it. Get away with it, sorry. So white to play, looking good for white to play here. So Hikaru taking his time, trying to see if what needs to be done. Should he kick this bishop away? Should he develop the bishop to g5? Or should he do the move bishop to b5, bringing all the pieces into the game? And that's something he might be thinking about here. But yeah, he's just taking his time, of course. I think bishop g5 makes a lot of sense. Even the other pin on b5 also makes sense here, because after that you can take and just go d5. I'm not saying you're winning a piece, because he has a5, a6, bishop a4 and b5, but it's still a go. It's still an interesting idea there. Okay guys, so that's where we are right now, and he played the move d takes e5. Okay, I think Gukesh can take it back with the knight if he wants. He can take it back with the pawn, freeing this bishop a bit. Still knight e4 looks like a thing, guys, but I don't think Gukesh is gonna go for it. He has been hesitant to do that. He's been hesitating to do that, yeah. So knight takes e5, I thought so. Bishop e2 for sure, making sure this pin is not annoying anymore. Sorry for that, guys, yeah. So yeah, bishop e2 is coming up. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want that pin to hurt him. That is what he might be thinking. If you're new here, guys, you can always double tap on the screen that would like the stream. You can share, you can subscribe, you can do a lot of those stuff. So yeah, Hikaru taking his time, thinking what needs to be done. Is he actually planning to maybe play h3, takes, then bishop e2, bishop e3, and maybe castle long, queen d2, castle long? Or is he just gonna play a simple bishop e2? Okay, he goes with another pin here. And Gukesh immediately gets rid of the pin with bishop e7. Knight takes e7 is a thing to get rid of this bishop and keep the pin. But since that knight's looking really nice, bishop f6 could also be a thing. Okay, Hikaru decides to take the bishop away. And now again bishop e2 is a very normal looking move. And you can just castle after that. So this game is looking very solid. And I think... okay, yeah, and I feel it's very evenly matched here right now. And again, Gukesh takes it. Maybe Hikaru could actually think about g takes f3. I think the double bishops are looking nice. G takes f3, exactly, and then follow it up with queen d2 and long castle here. It looks pretty playable. I also don't feel Gukesh might literally not castle on this side because you don't want to go onto the fire here. He might just castle long himself. Interesting position here. You need a lot of understanding to get through these kind of positions, and I think they will. h6 by Hikaru, kicking the bishop away. If bishop h4, I mean Gukesh, if bishop h4, I think maybe g5 or maybe knight g6, maybe hitting the bishop, getting rid of this annoying pin, guys. Like, that's really annoying, if you ask me. I think he will try to get rid of that. So h6 played, the bishop has to find a way away from here. Let's see where this goes. Okay, Hikaru is taking his time. Maybe he's considering, is it worth being in the spin, or should I just move away to e3? That could be the thing. Bishop e3 will definitely be in the back of his mind. Yeah, and for Gukesh, if you think here, I think d5 breaking this open could be interesting. Since Hikaru has his king in the center, it's always great to open the center so that you can put pressure on the opponent if you do that. Yeah, and that's how this works. So at 6, I think bishop e3 could be the thing, but yeah, as they play bishop e3, you have a lot of options like d5 and stuff like that. Gotta invent bribe chess. With enough bribe, can convert the bishop into dark side. Yeah, that's something you can try. So, anyways, guys. But I think Hikaru is really spending some time here. He's just confused. He got confused with an h6 move because he's down to 5 minutes, and if Gukesh is looking for a game to make a comeback, this could be it, because he has got the time. He has 8 minutes on the clock. Hikaru is down to 5 minutes. I'm not saying you can flag Hikaru, but the fact that you can put him under time pressure and make him some blunders is possible. So Gukesh could really think about this here. He could literally make this comeback in this game. This is the game he needs, maybe, chat. He could maybe do a catch-up after this, while Fabiano and Magnus takes care of their situations over there. So things looking good. Hikaru has gone into a deep thought here. I really wonder what is it. Yeah, so as we said, he was thinking to go bishop e3. He's like, okay, damn it with the pin. I don't want a pin. Forget the pin. I'm gonna go bishop e3. And I'm gonna stay solid here. I think he's planning queen d2 maybe some point. Castle long. Put one of the rooks on the g file. Target g7. try to create weaknesses. And I think Gukesh has to play d5. He did. He goes d5. He breaks the center. f4 immediately by Hikaru. He's like, I saw d5, man. I did see that. I'm going to go f4 here. So Gukesh maybe knight c4, trying to get rid of one of the bishops is something possible. Like, one bishop off is much better. You don't want your opponents to have the comfort of having the double bishops, right? The double bishops can turn out to be very, very strong. Yeah, because he has spent so much time, right? Hikaru has spent so much time on this move that I think he just literally had to play f4 instantly. He's not even thinking about it. So Gukesh is going into his thing right now. But actually these are the positions where I feel Gukesh can really put the pressure. Like if he can press Hikaru a bit more now on time and then pull him down to 2 minutes to 1 minute, then that's where Hikaru could go wrong. I think this is where Gukesh needs to press more. Like he needs to put the idea. Queen b4, yeah? Queen b4? c3 is not possible? Why is c3 not possible though? For queen b4 check. Oh, you take e4? Oh, yeah, you take e4, yeah? But then rook g1? Because I'm attacking... oh, wow. Okay, Hikaru just instantly played queen to d2. But I think he can take this, right? Gukesh and Hikaru's gonna long castle here. Okay, this game is gonna go into a mess, guys. This is a mess right now. Oh yeah, queen e4, yeah. This is a mess. The knight is under attack. But I think Gukesh just needs to go with knight c4. Is he getting mated or something? No, right? Then it's fine. Until you're getting mated, you're absolutely fine. It's time for some stretchings, yeah. It's been a long 4 rounds right now. Knight c4, yeah, there you go. You need to get the bishop, like the trade happening. So they trade the pieces off the board at the moment, and I think b3, wow, b3. The dark squares ain't looking that nice, but b3 is a thing. You can do that. Maybe queen a6, hit the a2 pawn. Yeah, there you go. Bishop d4, wow. Hikaru is like, I don't care, you hit the a3. But you can't take it, chat. If you think, why can't Gukesh take it? Because they'll take f6 and then rook e1 check will happen, or d5 will be lost. I don't know, it's not easy. So, yeah, Gukesh immediately castles. I think king b1 or king b2. Yeah, king b1. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. And Hikaru has really taken back the time. He's really equalized on time. But the problem for Gukesh here is that he doesn't have a problem. He doesn't have a problem. Sorry, my bad. The problem for Hikaru is the pawn structure maybe here. These weak guys here. If this game goes towards literally an equal endgame, but because Gukesh has such a nice position, right? Look at that. The rooks are looking great. Knight's looking nice. It's just that he can't go here. I totally agree, but still, it's looking nice. But why can't he just get in with the rook now? Rook e2, attack it. The queen's helping, right? And then maybe double up on that open file. So, that looks good. The world champion on his way. Maybe he's on his way to winning, like taking down Hikaru once more. And that would look nice. That would be great. So let me know what you think, guys. Is Gukesh gonna make a comeback today? Or is things not going his way right now? So this is what has been hurting Gukesh today, because he has been spending too much time at this part of the games. I know this is one of the most critical moments. We can't rush here, but he has to keep hold of the time, because if he's gonna go low on time, then Hikaru is not gonna let go of him. He's gonna hold this game tight. Yeah, please do. You can. Like, I think by the time Hikaru thinks, we are coming back to the Hikaru game, chat. I'm just checking Fabiano Carlsen, and this is crazy stuff. Fabi looks better. That would be crazy to come back. We'll come back to that. But since we have been watching the Gukesh Hikaru, we will continue with that, to be fair with it. So yeah, that's where we are back right now. And Hikaru goes queen c3 here, creating this battery towards this side of the board. But I don't think he's going to trade the bishops. Maybe not, because that leaves this king weak with all the dark squares around it. Rook d6 happening on the board. And Hikaru will try to speed things up now. Bishop e5 looks like a nice thing, just blocking this file off. But rook c6 is a thing, right? Rook c6 would go really bad. Okay, you can try a few tricks like queen b4 and threatening some back rank ideas and stuff, but I still feel it's not good enough. So things are looking nice here. Things are looking nice for the world champion, Gukesh Tomaraju from India. He is doing fine. Okay, I really feel Hikaru needs to get rid of this rook. Maybe rook, if you go here, he's just gonna take it. I don't know if it's worth giving up this this pawn, but I think something like maybe rook d2 here could be good. That could be something he can think about. Let's see what Hikaru comes up here with, because he can't let this rook stay here so much because it's such an active piece. He needs to get it off there. It's like it's really gonna annoy the position for him. So this is a really dangerous move coming up, guys. Gukesh is threatening rook c6 here, and Hikaru needs to find a way out of this. That's really hurting him right now. So let's see what Hikaru comes up here with. He's gone on a deep think here. He's down to 3 minutes. I think he is a bit confused. Haven't seen Magnus stressed in a long time. This is nice. Yeah, Magnus is also put under immense pressure by Fabi today, and that's great. That's great to see Fabi make a comeback. He's been playing good chess. Like, he deserves to make that comeback. It's not like he's getting the few points by luck or anything. He's deserved to make it. So yeah, the rook comes to d6 here. Let's see what this goes right now. Oh, Hikaru takes it on f6 and rook d2. I think Hikaru has decided that, okay, I just need a draw maybe. I don't want to beat you, right? I don't want to beat you, Gukesh. But I guess, can he play rook c6 now, chat? Is that d3? No, right? Oh, maybe queen d4, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, rook c6, queen d4, I think. Now that's what I was thinking. What would he do for rook c6 here? Which is not an easy stuff to deal with. So Gukesh is taking his time a bit right now. If he can actually win this, guys, this is gonna be good for him. If Gukesh can literally win this game, he's literally back and running in this event. He's really in this event. b6 by Gukesh. I wonder why is that. Maybe just a simple escape square, you know, like just a flight square for the king. Looks a bit weird. Looks not very normal, but yeah. Takes and rook e1 by Hikaru. Maybe Gukesh can literally take this pawn, chat. He can literally take this pawn on h2. Because rook e8 check, the king can just go to b7. And Gukesh is doing fine here. And literally absolutely fine, if you ask me. So things are looking fine for the world champion here. He's trying to get that win that can just take him back into this fight. the champions showdown. If Fabi wins, I want Gukesh to win, but if Norwegian guy wins, I want streamer to win for tighter points. I get that, Gregory. I get your thing. I see that you want this to end in a close finish, isn't it? You just don't want Magnus to run away with it. I totally get it. So queen takes h2 by Gukesh. Gukesh has just gone pawn grabbing everywhere. Hikaru is literally really down pawns here. And to be honest, guys, these kind of games, I think Hikaru has dropped such games. Like it just goes tough for him. He's down to 2 minutes. What is going wrong for Gukesh here is the time control. Gukesh is down to a minute, below a minute. I mean, not below a minute, close to a minute. Like he's down to 1 minute 45 seconds here. So you don't want to give Hikaru a scenario where he has like around 2 minutes and you're down below a minute. That is the only way it can backfire for Gukesh. Otherwise, he's doing fine. He's doing absolutely fine. You don't want to drop a mate in one, right? So rook d7. I think rook e8 by Hikaru, king b7, and then maybe just pick up a pawn, you know. Check. Is Gukesh going to repeat? No, king b7 picks up a pawn. Okay. Can you actually push d4, chat? No, right? You're opening this diagonal, which could really backfire. Isn't it? Maybe h5, but this rook can go this way. Things are not bad for Gukesh, but I feel that the position is practically not that easy to play. There is a lot of pressure here. Trust me, there's a lot of pressure on Black's position here. Because you can even go see something like queen h8, rook b8, kick the king out of the hut, and then chase him down the board. These are actually things that could literally happen. Tough game for both players. Gukesh is down below a minute, guys, and this is not looking good now. Trust me, if you're below a minute, nothing's good, right? How good is your position? It could go wrong. And Hikaru just went wrong, I guess. Okay, so smart idea by Gukesh. He's just regrouping his pieces back to the king side. It's like he's like, okay, I don't want my pieces all over the board. And he might be planning d4, d3 to open this king a bit. He's giving that 6 pawn back. He's like, okay, I don't need that pawn. I'm going to play d4. I'm going to play d3. I'm going to open your king. And then maybe I'm going to smash you down, Hikaru. That's his plan. But I believe it might actually not happen. I don't know why, but I have a feeling. Because the time control is going to play a big role here. So can the world champion hold this together, guys? Can he actually take a win out of this game from Hikaru so that he's absolutely back in the game and this turns out to be a good fight at the end? Okay, so Hikaru literally goes queen f5, Gukesh goes queen c6 and rook h8, planning to put pressure on this pawn. And at some point or the other, this rook cannot move, guys. Trust me, if that rook moves, Gukesh will bang his head on the table because queen c8 will be a mate. I'm very sure he doesn't want that happening. I don't know, chat. This is not easy. Maybe queen e6 here, trying to trade it off. Or maybe something like a5, a4. As like I think Ben Larsen or somebody said once that if you don't have a plan, push the rook pawns. So a5, a4 could be a plan to do that, right? So black goes d4 here. The idea could be d3 again, chat. Just push it open. And if they take it, because the queen's got cover, like the queen's doing well in this diagonal, right? But trust me, I do have this bad feeling about this move, you know. Hikaru has laid a very nasty trap here. And I literally hope Gukesh don't fall for it. Oh, he really wants a queen trade. Rook d6 by Gukesh. He's supporting this and literally makes a lot of sense. Maybe Hikaru would go something like this, putting pressure on f7. Or maybe queen f... I don't know. Like, okay, he goes f5. He's like, you can take me and I can get a better pawn structure. Hikaru is really trying to mess things up at the very end of this. So he goes f5. Black to play here. King a6. Whoa. That's nasty. And that's a good idea, actually. You're just getting out of the pin. So he gives a check. Gukesh could go queen b5. Gukesh is really trying to convert this, chat. He's really trying to convert this game. Like, full credit to him. He's really trying his best. He really wished to win this game. Okay, so they're repeating some moves here. And the king goes back to c6. Queen goes back to c6. Okay. I think this is just repetition. Would Gukesh try to win? That's a big question. Or would he just repeat here and agree for a draw? He does goes d3. Whoa, crazy stuff. Hikaru immediately goes a4. Putting Gukesh in a lot of trouble again. He needs to find some moves here, chat. This could go wrong. Queen d5. Okay, they show it's a blunder, but it's fine. I don't think it's a losing move. It just trades on to an equal position. Okay. So it just goes into an equal position, chat. That's all. Takes, rook takes, takes, and they're just gonna take everything. Maybe, yeah, c5. I think rook f6, rook takes f3. This is fine. I think they have just... they'll just agree to a draw any moment right now. Rook f6 and just rook takes f3. Right? That just ends this in an easy draw. There we go. Oh, they're still going for this, yeah? Check, and I think he's gonna go rook takes f3. Yeah, rook takes f3. Oh, wow. Did Hikaru just blunder? Gukesh missed it. He could have given a check and taken this. Oh, that is really sad. Gukesh had a chance, chat. Look at this. He could have given this check, and wherever this king goes, like for example here, anywhere, you could just play this. And your rook supports the pawn. You have two connected passes here. That's sad. He was low on time. He couldn't figure that out. Yeah. So I think you guys saw that, right? Okay, but now this is just a draw. Okay, this is just a draw. This was a blunder, chat, because when Hikaru played this, there was literally rook b3 check. I mean, rook b3 check. The king can go anywhere. Like, you put the king anywhere on this world, they would just take the a4 pawn, because the rook now supports b6. You can't get it. And if you push this now, if you push this pawn at this moment, I would first play maybe b5, so that the king can support it. You push it again, not a problem. I can just play the rook to, rook to f3. And now I have two like connected pass pawns coming down your way. Oh, great. So that was a draw. Let's get to the Fabi game. Oh wow, Fabi actually took Magnus down. Fabi just took Magnus down 2-0, chat. Now that's crazy. Right? Oops, sorry. I don't want to see it like in both sides. Let's see like this. So it was a Queen's Gambit. And I think sort of a Vienna, right? Or maybe not. Or oh, wait a second. Magnus sacked the knight. Fabi just took it back and gave the rook on a8. Wow, that's cool. Bishop b4 check. King e2. Okay, just a quick check. You can't play this, right? Okay, because if... Oh, why can't you though? Knight b6, yeah. This is trapped. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This could literally be a trap. So e5 and Fabiano, like, look at his prep. I think Fabi is super prepped, chat. Look at this. He just literally, I think he's just literally using his candidate prep right now. He's like, you guys want to see some candidate prep? See this. He just took Magnus down completely. Whoa. Here comes g5. Take it. Knight takes e4. Knight takes f2, bishop check, knight check. He literally got his king like almost checkmated. Magnus's king got almost checkmated here. Yeah, yeah, Fabi's doing great, isn't it? I think Fabi really wants, like, he's like, why am I hiding my preps? I'm gonna use it and beat everybody. This is crazy stuff in the opening by Fabi. But of course, like, by the end, okay, he was low on time, but it's glad to see that he's also managing on his time. And he goes, whoa, look at Magnus and his king. That king has never seen daylight today. Wow, Fabi just did a great job. Trades everything. Yep. And finally, just the knight comes out, and now b2 and rook c1 is game over. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Yeah, today everybody gets 2 points for a win, right? Yeah, and tomorrow 3. Yeah, that's interesting. Correct. That's very interesting, to be honest. Because at the moment, if you think it, I don't know who's leading. Is Fabi leading right now? That would be super interesting to see. Wow, chat, can you believe this now? Within 2 games, within just 2 games that just happened, look who's leading right now. Okay, now that's something. Fabi is now leading this whole thing along with Magnus. That is crazy stuff. Because like few games ago, Fabiano was like, when the day started, he was at 1.5 points. He just came in and just took down literally everybody. He just literally took down everybody. And now he's just at the top here, leading the tournament along with Magnus. And Hikaru is at 7. This is very tight right now, just like what Grigory wanted, right? Literally from bottom to top. Exactly, right? He was at 1.5 and like 4 wins, and he's at the top. Like 2 wins, I think, and a win against Hikaru. He literally won 3 games, and Fabi's a fun guy. He did not take much of the $1,000 yesterday, and today he's here. He's like, wait a second, you guys giving $2,000 today? Let me take everything. He's already won 3 games, so literally he's won $6,000 and 6 points with it. That's perfect day for Fabi. What a Tuesday. Now this is the kind of Tuesday you want, right? Fabi would be a happy guy today. He's like, do you want to come back like yesterday? Gukesh, maybe. I don't know. Like, Gukesh for today, it's not been great for him. But if you look at the standings, you can see that Gukesh is still at 6 points. And the difference is not much, guys. Okay, if he can win the next 2 games or something against Fabiano, he can take down Fabi. And with 1 win, he can go from 6 to 8. So that's literally possible. It's not like he can't make a comeback. Yeah, I think Grigory really manifested this to be like that. Yeah, because at the moment, if you think about it, it's like it's the most the tightest. It's a really close finish that you can get. Okay, guys. So yeah, just had a bad cough. So that's where we are, and we are left with 2 more rounds for today, where Magnus will be facing Hikaru and Gukesh will be facing Fabiano. I wonder how Magnus would go from here on, because after losing 2 games back to back to Fabiano, that would definitely not be the way he wants it, right? Oh, guys, I think I need some water, right? So you guys stay tuned. We are almost going into the next rounds. It's a small break after every 2 rounds. You guys can take a break. I can take a break. Bro, do you remember me? It's been long though. I guess it was during the World Championship. Really? Oh, okay. Yeah, man. So I think I do. Like I do remember the names, guys. I really remember the names of people. It's just that maybe I won't remember the conversation we had, but I will remember the names, right? But it's great to see that you guys are still like really much following what's happening in the chess world. Pretty cool, very cool actually. And for me, like I was like, anyways, I'm gonna watch these games, so why not watch it together, right? So it would have been even more easier if they literally let us do this watch parties with that videos and everything. But do you have an opinion on Narodowski Kramnik? Not. It's not about having an opinion. It's like I feel what has happened is the worst thing that could have happened. So it's just feeling bad. I just really feel very bad. That's all. Like, I really hope we all could have had like everybody could have had an opinion before something bad would have happened. So yeah. Anyways, that was really sad. I don't know. Like after what has happened, now I feel nothing can bring the guy back. So that's the sad part. So anyways guys, coming back to the Tuesday stuff, I feel Fabiano, as I said, is the guy of the day. Like he's the man to watch out for. I know. I think Hikaru is gonna play knight f3. He might play this his typical knight f3 g3 kind of system there. So I think that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna go with, oops, my system thought that I was not even here, and it was gonna go to sleep mode. My bad. Hikaru and Magnus both aren't in the best of shape today. Yeah, that's good. That's true. And Magnus, it would be great to see what Magnus would come back here with. Oh wow, but look at this game, chat. Like, if you look at this game that Fabi just played, that's really cool. I think Fabiano used to play a lot of the Vienna kind of setups, and he's used to this, but this is cool. Like e6 played, e4, because I know this line myself too, but I don't know, right? Like, I think queen a4 was not included in the ones that I know this in this line, the bishop f4 line. But like in the Vienna there is some of these lines, but queen a4 is not added into it. But yeah, b5 is perfect here, isn't it? You take it, you let him take it, because if you don't take it, it doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense that okay, my bad. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, the fact that between Hikaru and Magnus, and one draw and one Gukesh. So I see what you're trying to do, Gregory. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to make this into a very equal scenario going into the last day, right? That would be fun though. It would be really funny. Yeah, you've really manifested it, isn't it? But yeah, guys, like coming back to this knight b5 takes, and queen takes a8. Crazy position. Here check. I still wonder what happens with bishop d2. I see that it's knight b6 attacking the queen, and queen check on c6, bishop d7. Maybe here, takes, knight takes. Yeah, like, looks fine, isn't it? I would have liked this position better. I still wonder, maybe, okay, of course, it could be Magnus and his preparations to play this move, king e2. For me, king e2 felt like, wow, it's like crazy stuff, right? But yeah, anyways, e5 by Fabi, and Fabi just striked. Okay, one more sack here. Yeah, look at that now, knight e5. You can take it with the bishop, you can take it with anything, because you're getting checkmated here. And if you take it with the knight, you get checkmated on, not d2. What happens if you take it with the knight, chat? What is the tactics there? Oh yeah, sorry. If you take it with the knight, you give a check and the queen's gone, right? My bad. I was missing that. I must say that photo of these four with those sunglasses, they look dope. Yeah, that's a fun picture. I really like that. It's like a gangster group, right? It's like beat us and get through us. Yeah. So anyways, knight e5, rook d1, knight d3. Wow, this is crazy. I think maybe the move Magnus completely missed here, chat, is like this e5, knight e5 idea. This idea, maybe. But yeah, definitely things went downhill for Magnus after that. He tried, but Fabiano was at like crazy best. Look at that. What a great game. G5, sacking another pawn. The initiative. Fabi just gave a masterclass today. I think everybody who likes chess should learn both the games he played against Magnus today. One in the Berlin, he just took down Magnus completely in the Berlin. Yeah, Gregory. I just stream only on YouTube. I used to also do a lot of contents on Instagram. It's the same handle. the one chess, everything small, and you will see the same picture, so you will be able to understand the account. So yeah, I used to do a lot of these short contents on Instagram. I also do it on YouTube also, those short contents. But yeah, Instagram, I think there's a bigger community, but recently I've not been posting there much, so there's nobody around maybe. But yeah, I'll come back to it. I just want to put more stuff out there, maybe my travels and stuff, like mix them all together, give a different vibe of what I'm doing. And yeah, that's what I would like to do. But yeah, I like the stream stuff, chat, because I feel like I get this whole thing of interacting with a lot of people. I really like that. That makes the day more fun. So yeah, I'm just happy doing this. But anyways, yeah. It's been. Like I also shoot on my phone also, like it's also good. So I can shoot on that too. Sometimes for the being a bit lazy. Fabi has won both the games. Yeah, it seems Fabi took yesterday's losses way too seriously. Yeah. Fabi just went home, took his preparations, came back and just destroyed everybody. Yeah, but if this is the way Fabi is prepared for the candidates, then people must be really careful. Trust me. If Fabi is preparing so much, things ain't looking good for the others right now. But anyways, chat, we are getting ready for the next 2 rounds. That's the final 2 rounds of the day. It's gonna be Magnus versus Hikaru and Gukesh versus Fabi. We'll follow Magnus Hikaru first, and then we'll go into Fabi's games. To be very honest, I feel Fabi is the guy to follow today. His games have been amazing, or literally great. But let's maybe follow one game Magnus Hikaru. If it's not super exciting, we'll follow one game Fabi Gukesh. So we'll switch with each other so that it stays equal, right? So that's where we are. Yeah, to be honest, you are the only streamer I watch live. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. That's great to hear. For me also, chat. Like you guys can see, like we are at like 5k, 520 some people, but I'm absolutely fine. Like I'm just doing this for the fun of it. I'm just doing it for, like, I feel like if I'm doing this and if you guys get something out of it, like I think it's a learning for you guys and me, right? It's something for both. It's a win-win scenario for all of us. So yeah, I ain't chasing any numbers here, so that's all good. Right? But still, if you like the stream, you can subscribe, right? You should still subscribe. Just kidding. Okay, brother, I have to go now. Yeah. Cool. You should. Yeah. Take care, man. Take care. I'll see you soon. But yeah, that's where we are at the moment. And just waiting for the next round. I'll go get some water and chat. Stay tuned. The next round will start anytime. So in the meantime, you can watch a masterclass from Fabiano.
Hey, Thirst, come drop that.
Okay, chat. So we are back and the games have started. Let me just quickly get myself back, actually. Yep, there you go. So yeah, Hikaru starts with one e4 here for us. That looks quite interesting. One e4, e5 here that we have. You're fun to chill with. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad that you guys are having fun. Okay guys, so Magnus going for an old Indian kind of setup which he used against Gukesh also yesterday. I think the first game, and went on to win the game. So Magnus trying to have a very simple position to play. In these positions, guys, you might think that why can't he just take and play queen d8? That's literally possible, like take, queen d8, king d8. You might think, oh wow, he can't castle anymore. That is true, he can't, but he will play c6 and king c7, and that king is absolutely fine on c7. So this is a very common line that people play. So but Hikaru says, no, I ain't taking anything. I'll just go knight e2. I think his plan is to go g3 now, bg2 and castle. And then maybe bishop e3, h3, queen d2, and that is something they could do. So yeah, we are off to the final two games for today. I think today they have been more on time. No delays, nothing. This is good. Like we will be done very soon. You guys will be free fast today. And okay, Hikaru goes a4, very standard stuff, not letting Magnus expand on that side of the board. a5 looks equally good for black. Black might think of a5, but it does leave the b6 square a bit weak. But yeah, Magnus says, nah, I'm just gonna go bishop e7, castle, knight d7, queen c7, a5, and then let's think about it. This is the standard setup of the old Indian defense. Started with the perk, but I think that you could also call this to be an old Indian defense. So that's where we are right now. I don't know, chat. Like, you know, my OBS is on that side, right? Like the game's here and the cam is here. But I wonder, why do I have this temptation to look there? What is there actually? There's nothing on the OBS. So anyways, let's go a5, and the last thing I look at is the cam, you know. a5, knight a6, and okay, there you go. h3, h5. Wow, that's something interesting. Is he thinking of h4 here? h4 could be a thing he could think about. Hikaru goes f4. Hikaru is like, I'm gonna strike here. Magnus goes knight here, looking down at the c2 pawn. Okay, of course, white could just move this knight at somewhere and just get c3 in at some point. Queen d2. Maybe this is like a very interesting idea. Once I saw that AlphaZero kind of do. He goes queen d2, knight d1, knight f2, and c3, and then goes ahead from there. So that could be a plan, to reroute the knight to f2 and also to kick that knight back to a6. So that's where we are right now. Hikaru going for it. Hikaru is like, okay, I need to win today. And the funny thing is that, guys, if Hikaru wins, he's in the lead. So he can actually get into the lead if he beats Magnus right now. Things are really tight at the top. Fabiano is playing Gukesh right now. Fabi is also leading. Fabi and Magnus are leading together at 7.5 points. He goes queen c7. Queen d2 seems very logical. Even moves like knight b1, chat, to reroute the knight to d2, and then maybe c4 is better, if you ask me, because at the moment I don't see what the knight's literally doing so much here. And you can also go with c3 and kick this knight from b4 away. So a lot of options available. So things looking fine for... Yep, there you go. There you go. Hikaru literally plays knight b1. I think the idea is to go c3, knight d2 and knight c4 here. And go for this b6 square. This weak square on b6 you guys see here. Yeah. And at the same time, like this is the square he's looking for. And at the same time, he would be also putting some pressure on the e5 pawn. I think knight b1 is a very, very standard and strong move here. I think Magnus is facing some trouble in this game. And if Magnus goes on for one more loss today, that would be really, really hurting him. Because he just literally had 2 back-to-back losses with Fabiano right now. And he's not going to be a happy guy losing one more game. So that's where we are right now, chat. If you guys are new here, this is called the Clutch Chess event, the Champions Showdown, happening at St. Louis, USA. And it's the 4 players are Magnus, Fabiano, Hikaru, and the world champion Gukesh. They're fighting it out for a lot of money out there, and also for the pride of winning the games against each other. Fabi might get a loss as well. Oh, okay. That would be interesting. So because Gukesh can literally get into the lead then, right? He goes into 8 points, I guess, if he wins. He can literally overtake Fabi at 7.5. That's crazy stuff. So there you go. Pawn takes d4, knight takes d4. Magnus trying to open it up. d5 doesn't seems like an option at the moment. I really feel black's pieces. Okay, this is the usual stuff in the old Indian, but I really feel they're a bit like cramped, you know. They're not going anywhere much. Do let me know what you guys think about it here. Because this is a good looking fight between... what do they call this? They call this the El Clasico or something? When these two guys play against each other? I don't know. But anyways, the rook comes to e8. Pretty nice. Magnus would just retreat the bishop to f8 and then put pressure on the pawn on e4. Makes a lot of sense. So things are looking good here. Things are looking good for, I don't know, the Louisiana state champion or whether the world number 1. Whoever it is, it's looking really good. Okay, so Hikaru kicks Magnus and his knight away. Magnus goes bishop f8, putting pressure on the e4 pawn. Bishop f2 played by Hikaru. I don't know why, because now this knight can reroute to c5 and put more pressure, and also it can look at this square on d3. So I think knight c5 will be a very, very tempting move for Magnus. That's kind of Magnus stuff there. He's trying to put all the pressure in the world on this e4 pawn. Magnus is so used to this. Hey Gamebox, how are you? What's up? How's it going? Anyways, guys, coming back to this. Bishop f2 played by Hikaru. I don't know. Not a big fan of that. I don't know what that move is doing, literally. Maybe he's trying to go rook e1 chat and just give more helpers to the e4 pawn. That could be his way of doing it. So, yep. That could be an idea. And if you guys who are watching the stream, if you like the stream, you can like it. You can subscribe any moment. Or... if you like it, that is. But anyways, bishop f2 played. And Magnus is thinking, I don't know, Magnus, maybe the 2 losses to Fabi has really put him in a shaky scenario that he's using up a bit of his time now. And he's down to 5 minutes. Hikaru is like playing pretty quickly. He's like, I'm gonna put some pressure on the clock maybe on you. So knight c5, queen c2 played by Hikaru. He's giving more support to this weak pawn on e4. Because look at the number of people looking at that pawn. This knight on c5, this knight here, this guy. Okay guys, my bad. I was thinking of rook e1, but you can't play rook e1 because knight d3 was very fatal there. You couldn't play that, right? So that's the idea. Queen c2 stops knight d3, supports the e4 pawn. Frees your rooks to come in. Looks fine. I think Hikaru still has the better position here. But let's see where this goes for us today. This is the final 2 rounds of the day, guys. And so we are almost at the end of the day. So don't miss this out. It's the last 2 games. You can have some fun. And then we say goodbye and chill. Right? So that's where we are at the moment. So knight d4 played. So bishop comes to d7 here. Magnus just trying to improve his pieces, right? Maybe b5 will always be at the back of his mind somewhere. He's not getting it immediately until the knight is there on d4, but it would be. I'm saying it would be something at the back of his mind, not something he's going to play immediately. But anyways, chat, coming back to what we were doing. So that's where we are right now. I think it's still early days to call it this game. Hikaru is spending some time, but literally Hikaru is almost close to having 2 times the time that Magnus has right now, chat. So that's something good, you know. That's something really good. You can't put that down. That's looking good for Hikaru. Time's a thing, because I think if you want to take down Magnus, who's looking a bit shaky today, you need to do it on the time. Like, you need to get him low so that he can go wrong. I'm also super excited to watch the World Blitz and Rapid happening this December. That would be very cool. It's happening in the Middle East, I guess, the Qatar. That's where it's happening. Give the man a mouse and he would add a few more minutes. Yeah, Hikaru, right? That would have been fun. I think Hikaru had a great run at the Esports World Cup too, but fell short. I think he came third, I guess, yeah, behind Alireza and Magnus. I wonder if Alireza is actually qualified for the candidates. That he's a guy that could add a lot of fire to the candidates. World Blitz Rapid, that's our signature event. Yeah, that's true. But I'm not sure this year, guys. Like, because this year I have this doubt whether I might be traveling and playing a bit during that time, because I see some fun stuff happening around at those times. So some interesting events, some strong events actually, which is always the ones I like, where you can get yourself kicked around all over the place. I love such events. Don't know why. It gives such satisfaction to be kicked around. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. we had seen everything last year. Ripped jeans, title splits, everything. Good God. Don't tell me. That was crazy. Okay, but anyways, chat, coming back to this one. Still, I think Magnus has somehow found his way through this. The thing about these old Indian variations, right, is that like these openings kind of make you overextend. Like, it gives you so much of space, and it kind of makes you feel like, oh, I'm gonna push and just destroy my opponent, and you go all in, and suddenly you regret everything. You'll feel like, oh, why in the hell did I push all these pawns? Now everything looks like a weakness. So that's the thing about these kind of variations, you know, like you can't take it lightly. It's just like maybe the head jog setup. You guys might have seen the head jog setup where they set it up as if like they don't even need space, but all of a sudden one d5 break, one b5 break, and busted. You're done, right? And Magnus is good at these things. I've seen him do that a lot in this Title Tuesday stuff he plays, and he does that a lot. He makes you feel like there's nothing, but there's a lot of stuff happening. But anyways, guys, this is looking interesting. Magnus is spending a lot of time. Hikaru still has double the time that Magnus has here, which literally is a huge advantage when it comes to Hikaru Nakamura. I think Magnus is really trying to think about this here. Hikaru goes rook b1. Magnus is, I think, considering all the pawn breaks here, h4 would be something he might keep it for the perfect moment, and also maybe c5. These are 2 pawn breaks that he might be thinking. b5 would be a thing, but I don't think it's a thing at the moment because of this here. Maybe I don't like that. I don't think you want to open up this diagonal like that. But c5 could still be a thing. h4 could still be a thing. Or maybe just improve this queen away from here. Like, but I don't know how, to be honest. How do you improve it? Like, there's no place to improve. Even d5, chat. But I don't think d5 will happen because of this move. Okay, so Magnus just decided to bring his rook to c8. That looks good for him. He's just bringing that rook into the game. Okay, just checking something there. But anyways, I'm back here. So rook c8 played, and let's see what's gonna happen now. As I said, chat, like these pawn breaks are the key here. Like, I think both Hikaru and for both Magnus. He's also thinking of b5, e5. No, okay, see, e5 is not gonna happen anytime soon, but b5 is definitely a thing. So these are some of the options that could literally be happening right now. This game could like crack open anytime, you know. I have a feeling this could go down either way. It's all about when are you going to open up here? Like when are both of the players going to open up in this game? That's the key point here to look for. So, yep, it's going to be a fun last 2 rounds today. Hikaru just retreats with the knight here. I don't know why, but he's like, I don't want to be there. Magnus opens up. There you go, c5 on the board. I think Hikaru might instantly play b5 because you literally don't want to take it and let the knight come out into the game. Or you, like this d4 square is gone at the moment. So b5 could be the move, but then knight b4 is still a thing. So that's literally why Magnus played rook c8. He played rook c8 because earlier if he had done that, rook takes b4 is a problem because the queen was hanging. So he played rook c8 so that the queen's not hanging anymore and this whole thing works for him. So yeah, that looks interesting, chat. I think b5 knight c4 is a thing here, isn't it? But yeah, they just took pawn takes here, okay. Oh, he really took that, yeah? That's pretty cool. Because now the a4 pawn is hanging. He's literally forced to take it. Oh, wow. Hikaru is going chaos here. Like, he's going here. I think he's just losing his grip of the game at the moment. He's just letting Magnus take over right now. Because he just goes e5 here, chat. I wonder why. Because maybe is he planning to take this? He cannot take this now because the bishop will come in and his dark squares will be busted. I think d5, knight e5 maybe, something like that. He's ready to give up the a4 pawn, I guess. He's not planning to save the a4 pawn. He's just ready to give it. Because I really am not a fan of giving up this bishop for the knight. Okay, Magnus goes for the a4 pawn immediately. Let's see what Hikaru comes up here with. Okay, queen a2 makes sense. Because now, this is still not a threat at the moment. But yeah, takes and maybe knight takes e5. Or is he going to open the f file? Maybe. Because you're looking down here. Oh no, he's going to take with the knight. Yeah, that was very, very natural, right? So things really looking nice for, to be honest, for both, you know. Like this could go either way. One small mistake and things could go either way. Hikaru, even though he's down a pawn at the moment, he still has a lot of pressure on Magnus because of the well-placed pieces. The knights could go this way, he could go to b6, the rook could come to c1. The king could, like, it would be nice to hide the king maybe on h2 at some point or the other. At the moment, it's not looking really nice. Bishop c6 by Magnus. I think it's definitely knight takes c6. Hikaru just doesn't want to leave this bishop. This is the guy taking care of the king, so you don't want to leave that bishop, do you? So it is simply knight takes c6 here. And maybe then improve your other knight here and then maybe go with it to c6 again. Even though Magnus is up, even though Magnus is up by a pawn, chat, this is not an easy one to convert. By far, this is not an easy one to convert. So takes queen c4 by Hikaru, okay. Putting a double attack on this pawn. This is a weak pawn here. The knight could still reroute itself to here. I think h4 is definitely a move that could happen at some point or the other. Not immediately, but some point or the other, you know. So that's again something he can be careful about. Intense game, interesting. Like I think we are going into an interesting finish. Magnus is close to a minute, chat. He's very much close to a minute. Hikaru has 4 minutes 25 seconds here. This looks like a fun finish that we are heading towards. So let's see where this takes us. Okay, Magnus goes back with the knight. He goes knight b7. I think it's just put all the pressure in the world on this pawn. Just as simple as that. Put everybody on it. Very intense. I think Magnus can convert, but the time is an issue. It is very much an issue, Gregory. I think rook, but of course, Like even though up a pawn, it's not easy, right? He needs to start pushing this pawn. This pawn needs to come forward and create problems back at the opponent. Maybe rook c1 will happen. I think c5 could be a thing he will think, but right now you can't think about it. You see, both the rook and the bishop is looking at the knight, and it's not easy. Maybe he's trying to reroute this knight to d6 first and then c5, c4 with it. Magnus will try this. Magnus will definitely try, but time is a big thing. And Hikaru is the one who can like create all the problems in the world. If you are looking for somebody to create problems under time pressure, that's Hikaru for you. So this is not going to be easy for Magnus here. Not at all easy at all. So Hikaru is taking some time. I think his best chance is to speed up here, because if he can actually speed up, he can literally put Magnus under big pressure right now. Which Magnus is right now in. He has the extra pawn, but can Magnus Carlsen convert this against Hikaru? So Hikaru goes rook c1, which is cool, which is absolutely nice. Bring the rook into the game, put the pressure on the c6 pawn. Knight d6, I think we called it. The queen can move, and then I think it's just, okay, c5. You can't play c5 because of the fact that it's not well protected again. And trust me guys, this is a very interesting move Magnus might be thinking about. You can always put this move in, because it can really crack open this structure, which could be very helpful. Knight f5 is an option. That knight could go here. Oh wow, there comes a rook. And here guys, trust me, don't be surprised if you see any kind of exchange sacrifices on the bishop. This can really weaken this king side. Magnus might not hesitate, right? He might actually not hesitate in sacrificing for it. So it's coming down the wire, chat. Magnus Carlsen, he has only 29 seconds. There is 5 seconds for every move. Hikaru has still 2 minutes 40 seconds. If he can beat Magnus here, Hikaru actually goes into the lead here. And that would be crazy. Magnus would be facing the 3rd loss in a row. He has lost 2 games in a row to Fabi right now. And if he loses this, that wouldn't be a good day for him. Because he started with 2 back-to-back wins against the world champion, Gukesh. And then 2 losses against Fabiano. So this is going all around the place right now. So Magnus trying to see what he can do here. Bishop b6 by Hikaru. What is that? Okay, the computers don't like it. They're like, what is that? And then he puts the knight back to f1. Okay, fine. It is absolutely fine. I think knight f5 is an option. Queen f5 is an option. h4. I really like this move, chat. I'm a big fan of these kind, like the pawn breaks, you know. I'm a big fan of the pawns. Hey RJD, how are you? So c5 by Magnus, as we said, he wanted to start pushing that weakness. He couldn't let it stay on c6. He pushes c5 here. Hikaru thinking. Like, Magnus is down to 14 seconds, guys. The time pressure is really creeping up to him. Like, he has a great position. He has a great position. He's up a pawn. Everything is good. But his time pressure, that is not letting him... what do you say? It's not making things easy for him. Right? It's not at all making things easy for Magnus at the moment. Been a while seeing Magnus low on time. Yeah, exactly. But he can play. He knows to deal under time pressure. I hope Hikaru doesn't over push because Magnus is low on time. But and trust me guys, you will like, the crazy thing about this position is that you can see anytime a rook sack on e2, g2. It's not easy to play this, because there can be sacks, there can be queen b7 check. These are things that could literally happen. I think the big threat here is like at some point of this sack that he should be careful. Or he can play h4. These are all ideas that you can play. Okay, so what just happened? So queen d7. Okay, Hikaru was ready to trade the queens. Knight takes, bishop a5. Okay, now Magnus would be more relieved here with the queens off the board. This is his kind of his forte to play these kind of endgames. So c4 being played. Such an active looking position, right? Like all the pieces, like the rooks here, the knights would be planning to improve itself. Bishop to b4. I don't know, maybe knight c5. Yep, bishop here. Magnus is just blitzing out his move. He doesn't have time to think. And that's what Hikaru is betting on. That I'm not going to give you time to think. Maybe rook a2. Would he try to stay there? No, he goes back rook e8, making sure the position looks absolutely fine. One of the rooks, I mean the knights, might actually be thinking of coming towards the center here. This pawn, guys, like if Magnus, like if he loses this pawn, then it's literally not easy anymore. This pawn is what is holding this game together for Magnus Carlsen. And he's really trying to win here. He's really trying to win. And Hikaru is going low on time, chat. Magnus is down to 8 seconds. Hikaru has 35 seconds. So this is going down the wire right now. This is really going down the wire. Magnus has a good advantage, but is that enough to convert? Because now the pawn on h5 is also a bit loose. So you have to be careful about that. He goes back bishop to c3 here. Knight comes to the center. h4 by Magnus. I love it. I really wanted that move to happen. So now maybe g4 or g takes h4. G takes h4 looks really bad because of all these pawns looking so weak. And f4 can be hanging. Okay, Hikaru says, I'm going to take it. I'm just going to take that pawn. I'm going to take everything that comes my way. h5. Hikaru is not doing so well on the board, but the time is what he is banking on. Check, king comes to h1. He's really trying to put Magnus under pressure. Knight here, knight f2 is a plan. Trading is a plan. Hikaru trying his blitz ideas here. Bishop e1, stopping this check. Magnus goes knight g5, hitting this bishop. Hikaru hitting the rook on c8 here. Can the speed demon do something on the time here? Or will the world blitz champion make this happen? Rook to c5, knight e3 by Hikaru. I think Magnus retreats, attacks, bishop f2. Hikaru is just like moving like a machine here right now. So bishop to g1, there goes one piece. He's gonna take it back, right? Yep. And rook takes h5, knight h2. Hikaru, like, whoa, this looks like checkmate right now. Knight g3 maybe. He's really trying everything on the time. But Magnus has literally gained so much time back that he has 25 seconds right now. And up by 2 pawns. This is super unfortunate. Hikaru has just completely lost this. He couldn't create anything back on the time pressure here. And Magnus is like extremely strong at these things. He will easily convert it. He just makes sure that there's nothing in it. He might even just, okay, no, you won't put that there. Yeah, here. And he might even push it. Wouldn't he? Or maybe he could do something else and make sure this is easily winning. Because he has 3 extra pawns right now, chat. And he's going to convert this game. Bishop to d6. There you go. Magnus has just realized that he's Magnus. So that's game over. So knight f3 and this will literally be just over. Hikaru really gave it a tough go. Like he really put Magnus under pressure. But unfortunately by now he had lost too many material. So knight f3, rook comes to b1 and I think rook to b7 and Hikaru is just busted. Like this literally is over. I think he might just resign here. I think he might just resign. I don't see anything he can try. Because now you can see that this is converting and Magnus has just made it even more easier. Okay, well, I don't know why he gave up a piece. Okay, maybe he can take this, but still, he's down a piece and too many pawns here. And that's Magnus Carlsen taking the game. That is $2,000 in the pocket right now with that game, along with the 2 points. And that is Magnus going on to the lead again. He's extended the lead. Let's see what happened with the Fabi game. Fabiano actually won here. So not a great day for Gukesh, right? Things ain't looking that great for Gukesh. Fabiano literally went back to the King's Indian, chat. Can you believe that? He just said, I'm going to play the King's Indian again today against you. And I'm going to show you that I'm really good at it. It's just that I was not balancing my time yesterday. So yeah, Fabi just playing some crazy stuff today, chat. Okay, so it's a standard King's Indian idea. He just gave up this cool bishop and takes a pawn. Goes back. h5, knight e5. Fabi is just chilling over there, chat. I feel Fabiano is just counting the amount of dollars he just won today. He's just sitting there just counting. Okay, there you go. 2, 4, 6. And he's just like, oh, that's a lot of money there. So Fabi finds these moves like the back of his hand. I can't remember official games in real tournament when Hikaru won Magnus. That's true. That's true. Maybe it's like There is a big psychological block for Hikaru whenever it's Magnus on the other side. But yeah, okay. So Fabi just turned this into a very simple endgame, and wow, look at that, guys! Just sacrificing pawns after pawns and playing an amazing opposite side bishop endgame. And the opposite colored bishop always has this, that the person with the, what do you say, the person with the attacking chances has the advantage. So Fabi just made use of that. Gukesh blundered there. He just blundered too many pawns, I guess. His rook was badly placed, isn't it? And Fabi just showed him. Fabiano is actually very strong in these kind of technical positions. Can you believe the fact that this is winning? You know why? Because there is no stopping this a pawn. This bishop literally can't stop the a pawn, because if you take it, we take it, you take it. How do you stop this pawn on a5? We just push it. There's literally no way to stop that pawn. This bishop might feel like just jumping off a cliff right now. He's like, my life has become an absolute waste at the moment. That bishop's like, what am I doing here? I can't even stop a pawn who's going 2 more times on a dark square, and I still can't get to it. That's crazy finish, chat. Like, wow. Whatever you try, you can't stop the pawn. You can try anything, your own pawn is stopping you. What the hell? So this is crazy stuff. So yeah, that's the thing, chat. So this is some extremely cool chess by Fabiano today. He's just showing why he's such a strong player. Okay, guys, the final round has just started. We have 2 games up. Like, we have Magnus Hikaru happening once more. Let's go in for that. And we have a Sicilian, an accelerated dragon, I guess. Yep, it's an accelerated dragon. I was like recently seeing few stuff in this, but yeah, I like the dragon, but I don't know the huge detail into this. I used to play this thing called some Chinese dragon. So anyways, there you go. Yeah, so bishop d4 is an interesting move by Magnus in this one. I think it's a very interesting move. Hikaru is really playing for the win here. So this is the final game of the day, chat. This is the final game of the day. It's Hikaru versus Magnus, Fabi versus Gukesh. Both Magnus and Fabi is leading the event at 9.5 points. Fabi started today with 1.5 points actually, and he just he's on a roll right now. He bet Hikaru 1 game, he defeated Magnus 2 games, and he even just took down Gukesh 1 game. So this is crazy stuff by Fabiano. So we are on to the last game, Magnus Hikaru here. So looking good, the accelerated dragon in the Sicilian. Magnus wants to have some fun, it seems. Bishop d4. I don't know what's the idea. I think e6 is a sudden threat here. I think Hikaru has to deal with the threat of e6. e6 seems to be the immediate threat, because if you take it, there's an in-between move of exposing the king and then take it back, right? So e6 looks a bit not the thing you want to face here. I feel e6 is still possible. They could play knight f6, takes, rook f8, king g8. Maybe artificially castle there. That could be an idea. So looking good for both the guys. Definitely for whoever is well prepared. Let's see what Magnus has up his sleeve here, or what does he understand about this position. So Hikaru really trying to get that win. Magnus goes f4, making sure the structure looks nice and solid. Hikaru has another option, even though he can't develop here. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Knight h6 is an option coming here. You have to be careful about being kicked away, but since you gain a tempo on this bishop, like, I mean, he won't give this dark square bishop ever, so he has to move it, and you get h5. So that's literally a possible idea here. So f4, I know, bd4, then f what? So f4, bd4. Okay, sorry, I don't get it. So yeah, I think Hikaru's idea is just simply knight f5, and when you move the bishop to f2 or something, then h5, because that's his best way of getting his knight into the game. Okay, okay. You know the f4 line. Okay, okay. In these f4 lines, one thing white needs to be also careful about is about his bishop, because if this bishop gets traded off in some way or the other, then the whole position might crack open badly, because the dark squares are extremely weak around here. So that bishop is the one holding it together. You don't want to lose that guy. It's very, very important to have it. Okay, Magnus, just go for our e6 idea. Yeah, that makes me happy. That makes me very happy seeing that. So we were thinking about e6 ourselves. So f6, yeah, maybe. And here I think Hikaru has one more idea, right? Maybe he can think of knight f7 at some point. Maybe rather than f5, he could also think about f7 and then castle. Very flexible position for Hikaru actually as black, if he can get some c5, bishop c6 ideas in it. So he's trying. He's definitely wants the position to like a playable position here. So let's see what Magnus comes up here with. This will be very interesting to see how Magnus can play these kind of positions. This can be very complex, very dynamic. I don't know, like I would love to see how he deals with it. Rook d8 by Hikaru, that's quite a move. Like looking at this, totally understandable, because you're threatening bishop to g4 maybe. Let's see what Magnus says. The computers don't like rook d8, but I think it's fine. You're just giving a direct attack, which makes all the sense in the world. So let's see where this goes, chat. Let's see what Magnus actually plays here. Magnus again going a bit low on like he's taking his time, but I think Hikaru would have just been like thinking that okay, I'm not ever gonna try flag him again, because that never worked in the last game, so it's not gonna work again. So that's definitely something he's not excited about. Bishop c5 played by Hikaru here. I mean Magnus, sorry. Putting some things here. I don't know if long castling is even a thing for him, because bishop g4 is always coming in. It's not easy to play this, chat. Like it looks like very nice and smooth and everything, but for both players, it's not a very easy position to play out here. But yeah, let's see what he does. You need to get some stretch in. Okay, bishop e6 by Hikaru, just making sure the rook is looking nice on this file. Maybe you're just getting ready to castle, stopping the move bishop c4. Magnus just improves with bishop d3, which is again making a lot of sense here. Let's see what Hikaru comes up here with. Maybe castling, or maybe, I don't know, like, is castling even a thing here? Like, can he even do that? Would be interesting to see. Not a super easy position to play for Hikaru here. And I think Magnus already has a good grip here. He would love to extend his lead today with this win. And yep, that would not look so nice for Hikaru. Okay, white goes on to castle here. The rook comes to e8. I mean, black castle, white castles, rook e8. Maybe the plan would be to put the bishop back to f7 and try something after that. That's what I feel. But of course, Hikaru would love to find a way to bring this knight into the game. This knight sitting on h6, he would love to create something out of it. He doesn't want some imbalance from it. The queen comes to e6 here. So the bishop comes back to f7 chat. So sorry if I was thinking of something and something came to my mind. So anyways, bishop takes a7. My bad. People like you guys might think he's gone mad. So bishop takes a7. Okay, the threat is now bishop to b6 check. So he has to deal with it. Maybe queen somewhere, maybe d3, b7, somewhere like that. And he could just get targeting the b7 pawn. So this is the last game for the day. It's been a long day, so that's why like we are almost done. So after this we'll see who's leading at the moment and everything. So knight g4 by Hikaru, just trying to hit Magnus and his queen on e3, trying to get the queen away from this diagonal. But queen c5 looks like a very decent idea, or maybe even queen b6 chat. Like, let's get rid of the queen trade. Because you are ahead, you would love to trade the queens, right? That would be something we would be dearly looking forward to when you are ahead in the games. Queen c5. The computers really don't like it, but it's hard to find why. Maybe it's because of f5 and opening of this bishops. Like, Hikaru has sacrificed a pawn. This is his best chance, to be honest. Like, he has sacrificed a pawn. If he wants to get a game out of this, this is his best chance out of them all. But let's see how he takes this forward. Okay, so we are going to the end of this last round of the day. This is the final round of the clutch chess day 2, and we have Magnus Hikaru finishing the day off. Queen c5 is a very interesting move that has just happened over here. I feel Hikaru's only try is to opening up his bishops here, chat. Like, I really feel he needs this bishops to open up, and I can see it's raining outside pretty heavily. That's a nice weather to have. But yeah. Anyways, coming back to this. So yeah, he goes f5 as we said. Queen b7 here, bishop b6, queen b7. Hikaru's literally given up an exchange. Wow, this is cool, chat. This is some different level of chess by Hikaru here. He's just ready to give up an exchange because he believes that the power of these bishops are so much. There's a direct threat of bishop d4 coming and your queen's just history after that. Your queen's going nowhere. So bishop d4 is the immediate threat here. I think they have to go something like king h1, but still b d4, knight f2 can happen. So this is not looking good. As I said, the moment the dark square bishop is gone, there is so much of weakness around the king here. And that's not something you would love to have. But yeah, let's see where this takes us. Hey Echo, how are you? I think you're at the time where this is about to finish today. So Magnus really taking some time now. Losing that dark square bishop was something he would have not wanted to. He's up in exchange here, chat, but I don't think that's good enough here, is it? Having that extra exchange is good, but I don't know, like, can it win you the game is a big question. So he has a rook on d8 here, and things are looking nice. Can Magnus hold on to this game is a big question. Otherwise, Fabiano could actually take the lead. Because day one, Fabi was just 1.5 points. Okay, Magnus goes knight e2. Definitely what he wanted to stop was bishop d4. So you go knight d4. Rook d5 by Hikaru. Hikaru is just playing like what do you say, stockfish right now? Or maybe queen b6 check at the moment, chat, and then knight f2 is a thing. You don't want to get smothered mated, right? I'm pretty sure you don't. And Magnus is even ready to give back the exchange. He's like, please take me and take the rook. I'm absolutely fine for it because my position is not looking that nice. Because he says having that extra rook is not helping me at all. Because you can see that the minor pieces here, they're so well placed for Hikaru. And this is his chance to make the comeback into this whole thing today. Yeah, a bit actually here. A bit late because it was a great day. Magnus was on a roll at the beginning, defeating Gukesh 2-0. Lost to Fabi 2-0 Magnus. And now he's won one game against Hikaru. While Fabi, on the other hand, is just taking one after the other, like beating everybody over there. So, but let's see, guys. We are at the end. Hikaru has 2 minutes on his clock. Magnus is 4. Hikaru really decides to go for the pawn. Okay, he's like, okay, I'll take the pawn. I would be happy to take this rook too. So bishop takes b2 happening on the board. He goes rook b1, Magnus. He's like, okay, let's trade queens a bit maybe. And Magnus, I think, has tricked Hikaru into an endgame that could be a bit equal. But Hikaru will definitely take this queen now. And then rook takes b7. It's a very complex endgame, guys. And with the time on the clock, it could go either way. And Hikaru, he has to be careful. Rook b5 by him. He's trying to hold on to this bishop. It's a very straightforward decision, guys. He just doesn't want to trade the queens. He has sacrificed an exchange already, and he's like, I want my queen to be on the board. That's the piece I want to be on the board with. So this is looking good. Rook b5, some fighting chess happening. Magnus needs to find his way. Hikaru is actually sacrificing the exchange in a different way right now. If they take bishop takes b5, the queen is gone. So don't fall for any of that. because this pin will not be there anymore and it will be bad for Magnus. So Magnus thinking of what he can do. I think he would just maybe just move the queen out of the way, but where can he move? This looks like the only square to move, and Magnus is really burning some time. Queen to b6. Right now, queen b6. You mean? I think that's his plan. He might be thinking of queen b6 followed by knight f2 or knight e3. That's what he's thinking of doing, right? Earlier he couldn't have done it, because even if he had given queen b6, I would have gone king h1, knight f2, rook takes f2 maybe, and then you lose this bishop also, right? And this pin was there. So rook b5 was a very important move by Hikaru to keep it going, and I think Magnus has to get out of this attack at the moment, and he does. He goes queen a4, right? He goes with the queen to a4. Things looking super complicated. Magnus down to 2 minutes 30 seconds. Hikaru has 2 minutes. It's a scramble now, guys. Now who has the nerves of steel is gonna take this home. So queen a4 happening. This rook on b1 could find a place maybe on d1 somewhere. b6 is a place where some checks could happen, and he needs to be very careful here. So bishop d4 check by Hikaru. That's looking crazy, because now he's gonna win this rook back. Rook takes b1. I don't know, guys. This is not easy for Magnus to play too. And at the moment, this is not easy for Hikaru to play too, to be honest. He goes knight c3, attacking the rook. Maybe a trade. Maybe this might fizzle out into a draw too, guys. Like they're just simplifying a bit too much here. And yeah, after losing the dark square bishop, this looks very equal. This is going into pretty much an equal position right now. But such a fight. This was real fight. This was like a brawl, right? Street fight just happened here. Hikaru sacrificed everything he had, like, to get play, but Magnus has held it together right now. Or would Hikaru keep the rook? That's a big question. Would he keep it? Or would he play something like rook b4 here? Which could be tempting, you know, which is really tempting to play, to be honest, to keep the rooks in the game. I don't know how tempting and how good would that be, but still, it could be something he might actually try. Yep, there you go. I thought so. Because he's been playing for the win this whole game. But there's this problem, guys. When you're playing for a win the whole game, right? You see, slowly it's slipping away, because Hikaru is still trying to push this game, isn't it? He's still trying to push it, so a draw would not cross his mind. It wouldn't cross his mind to play for equality. He would be always playing for, like, the advantage. So totally understandable, and Magnus can make full use of it if he's gonna make use of Hikaru's mistakes here. But Magnus also taking some time now. He has 2 minutes. Hikaru is down to below a minute. He has 58 seconds. This is going down the wire. Knight f6 played by Hikaru. I don't know, queen takes e7 looks tempting, but as I said, guys, this knight could jump here and it could attack this. g3 is a square, queen b6 is a threat, rook f4 is a threat. There's so many things happening at the moment. I really feel this could actually end up in a result. One of them could take this game home. So knight f6 by Hikaru here. Let's see what comes ahead from Magnus. Magnus takes it. Wow. I think knight h5 is straightforward. I think he's going to go for it immediately. Not even going to waste time there. Or knight d5 is a possibility, chat. Knight d5 is a possibility there too. Because if you take with the knight, I take with the bishop, and the bishop looks nice on d5. Okay, he goes the other way. Both looks nice, right? They're both fine. So f4 is like attacked multiple times here. Look at the 3 pieces looking at f4 here. But at the same time, black's king also has some dark square weaknesses, which could be a thing if maybe a knight or something creeps in. But I don't know, chat. Like, maybe Magnus would like to have a queen trade. Magnus would be really happy if the queens are traded, because the chance of him losing this game is out of the window if that happens. So this is a position, pretty cool position, chat. Like a very nice game, to be honest. Starting off queen e5. There you go. There you go. Maybe queen b3 check here and not let the trader again. As I said, like, Hikaru has been playing for the advantage this whole game. I don't think he's ready for trades. I don't think he's ready for a draw. He's really trying to push this game. He's down to 33 seconds. That's a thing. That's something that could hurt him. Oh wow, he does trade. That's cool. Knight f4 on the board. Hikaru is playing some cool, like only moves at the moment. This is good. If he can grab one pawn back and make it equal, that would be nice. Magnus down to 5 pawns. Hikaru has 4. Hikaru is down a pawn, but his position is very active. The rook is active. The knight's looking nice here. The bishop's doing a great job. So his pieces are very much active against this, against the extra pawn that Magnus has. So things are looking pretty nice for Hikaru. But okay, now the time's also gone equal. Magnus is also down to 30 seconds. So this could go either way, chat. Trust me. Don't trust the engines. Don't trust anybody else. Trust me, right? This could go either way. Magnus could literally maybe like win it or lose it here. Yep. A4. That is cool. Magnus is trying to just get that passer maybe working. Rook A1 and then keep pushing. Rook behind the pass pawn and keep pushing. But yeah, he's not, like, Hikaru is not going to let that happen. Rook A3 might happen. Yep. He's not going to let this pawn run. But to be honest, guys, now this endgame looks favorable for Magnus. To be honest, the extra pawn looks like an extra pawn now. I think King F8, King E7, this king would like to come into the game. But I don't know. I think Hikaru has slowly, like, with the more pieces that's gone out of the board, this outside passer in the game, I think things ain't looking that great for Hikaru anymore. Oh, D5. Why is that not so great? To be very honest, I think... Okay, it just frees more squares for the knight, if you ask me. That could be the thing. Bishop E8. Oh, the knight's coming in. That's not the thing you wanted, right? If they take it, Magnus would be happy to get this pawn on C5. And this two connected passers, guys. This is looking bad for Hikaru at the moment. Rook takes C5, G5. Oh no, good lord. This is not looking good. He's tilting, guys. He played such a nice game, this one. He really didn't deserve to lose this one, though. But Magnus is like counting the dollars at the moment, ready to take home another 2K, is he? I think F4 is coming up with Rook A4 check and other stuff following it up. This just looks so good for... this just simply looks good for... what do you say? Simply just looks good for Magnus. He's up by too many pawns. Okay, H4 is literally a decider. H4, G4, and the F4 square is gone. Okay, Hikaru is still trying. He's still trying. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is over. This is unfortunately over for Hikaru. Not a great day for the guy. Not the great day for Hikaru Nakamura, guys. There you go. He just resigns. 2-0 to Magnus. Not the best of days. He had a great win against Magnus yesterday, but today turned out to be not his day. Magnus Carlsen in top form. Let's look at what happened. Oh, the Gukesh Fabi game is going on. That's great. Both of them under time pressure. If Fabi can win this, he's equal to Magnus. Okay, he's equalized to Magnus, so this will be fun. Queen Knight, guys. A Queen Knight is always way ahead than any other combination. So Fabiano is still trying. He's still trying, maybe. Queen check, bishop check. Like, I don't know. Maybe he'll be okay with the draw too, to be honest. I feel he'll be fine with the draw also. But can the Queen Knight combination do something? So Fabi is really trying here. Like Queen E8. Okay, Gukesh has to just go back, right? He has to go back to H6. Okay, I think Fabiano is just ready to take the draw. Yeah, down the pawn. He's not trying. Or is he? Or is he trying? No, he's not trying. He's like, let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. I've earned enough dollars for today. Fabi has taken home so much for today. He's like, okay, that's good for the day. Let's call it a day for now, right? Bring out the pineapple t-shirt tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's the way tomorrow, right? So that's the win. That's a draw for Fabi. He's at 9 points right now, taking that 1 point out of it. So interesting game. I would love to see what happened in it. Oh, it's a Ryle Opus. Gukesh plays E5, Bishop C5, Knight E7, D5, F6. Everything's smooth here. Takes day. Okay. I think you can't. Like, Gukesh is also well prepared, chat, because of his preparations for the World Championship and everything else. He's also been super well prepared in these kind of opening stuff. Yeah, there you go. They just traded off everything. It was looking fine. Where I think I wonder how Gukesh went on to win one pawn here. Okay, yeah, he went on to actually win that pawn on h5, right? Yeah, Magnus +3 again, isn't it? Not +3, I guess. Not +3, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, okay. Gukesh did try. He did try. But he's lucky. He's lucky nothing bad happened with the knight and queen. The knight and queen's a deadly combination, chat. But yeah, coming back to this, let's finish the day off, chat now. Let's look at the standings here. I'll just switch on the standings. Let's see how that's going at the moment. Magnus Carlsen is at 11.5 points, leading the table. He's taken back what is his, rightfully his spot. Fabiano is at 10 points, 10.5, just behind Magnus by taking him down to 2 games today. Hikaru is at 7, Gukesh at 7. But the interesting part is tomorrow, as the game goes forward, every game is 3 points each. It's not 1, it's not 2. Every game you win, it's 3 points. So literally, if Gukesh or Hikaru can win 2 games, they're back in the race. They're literally back in the game, isn't it? So this is gonna end up very well tomorrow. Day 3 is gonna be fun. Magnus Carlsen might take home all the dollars from the St. Louis Chess Club tomorrow after in the Champion Showdown. But yeah, anyways, he's played some great chess today. Fabi has played some amazing chess from being like just 1 point. Like you can see there, right, guys? On day 1, if you guys see this, on day 1, Fabi was at just 1.5 points. On day 2, he scored 9 points on day 2. That's crazy stuff. And day 3 could go either way. So Magnus will try to hold on to this and take home the trophy maybe to his son, as a gift for his son, or maybe Hikaru or Gukesh or Fabi will try to stop him. But that we will see that tomorrow. We will see who will take it home and who will not. And I will see you guys for the final day of the showdown. Until then, you guys take care, have fun. I'll see you soon. Right? See you guys. Bye-bye.